Part
Exactly,
3.
still send you
Yeah, I
shit.
can't wait to see this fucking
yeah.
video
Part-
in 3 parts.
Part 3, yeah. Welcome back. My internet fucking shit itself. If my connection loses again, just assume the possibility that my computer just actually exploded, killing me in the process. But you think I won't upload this in 3 parts? Yeah. I'm already exporting part 2.
To be fair, David, I can't believe you're going to literally do better, and you're gonna start doing this on purpose.
Oh, because it's more
Yeah,
uploads,
because
so
it's shorter, so it's tolerable for people. Yeah, I believe
and also
that.
just more uploads, so more
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 views.
views.
for and for the algorithm. But yeah,
Like,
I guess the question that was asked, David, how
David,
far are we
become
from
the
the camp?
scum.
oh, so I was saying you guys get to the camp. By the way, I have a direct message from Farquad, Gamer Farquad. Hey, I really enjoy your game, so I followed you. Keep up the great work. Thanks for not asking me to buy your shit. Alright, so...
You don't know. You are one of the best. We've been doing this for like 7 years, and you're already like top 5.
It is funny when I look at the tabletop streams and I am top 5 because I have like 2 viewers. Like, nobody watches D&D.
Like I said, they only watch very specific ones.
Yeah, like I said, I legitimately think that if we just took snippets and just, you know, what's the word? I'm yeah, no, kind of YouTube Shorts. I was looking for a word, but I've disconnected twice now from the internet, so I'm rebooting.
I mean, we need to go over all of the parts of things we cannot say.
Yeah, well, like I said, if Steven was just to, like, edit some snappy, like, short 10-minute episodes, I bet we would get pretty popular. And I say Steven because he has the program. I say Steven because he said he'd do it. Yeah, he has a job. I'm not making you do anything, Steven, mind you. No, I said you guys would go to the camp after like 28 hours, and you know these dogs are fatigued. We had that conversation, and then I said, "So what do you guys do when you make it to the camp?" And then because my internet cut out, I was silent. I'm like, apparently you guys are just passing out right at the door, but no, that was the internet. So what do you do?
I guess, is it
Middle of the night
nighttime?
again, isn't it?
It's not the middle of the night. It has went through the night. It's now like approaching 10 o'clock. Like it's like mid morning.
Oh,
You can
going into
actually
noon.
have a meeting that happens when people are awake.
Yeah, you guys can actually have a meeting when people are awake, while Zargik and Hanzo are like fucking passing out.
Yeah, we need to.
I mean,
Can you guys take care of
perfect-
this? I want to go sleep and then read my book. I don't want to miss it.
I'm casting Lesser Restoration so I can go talk.
Yeah, I'm also going, even if I'm tired.
Then I cast Lesser Restoration on you because you're not going in tired.
All right.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Because I was already
Guys, got this.
fatigued from
I'm
the
gonna go
start.
to sleep so I can read my book later. You guys know all I know, so.
I fight in my sleep.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you
I
can
know,
also
I know.
fucking... Whatever. Never mind.
Yeah, so
All right. So
I'll go ask one of the guards if there's like an open bed for me to sleep for 8 hours.
yeah, they'll direct you. Like, I guess you could sleep in my bed since I'm not going to be using it. Just don't like get your fur and you're already unconscious. I assume.
Probably.
I
set the imaginary alarm.
just love Mia getting herself in the same bed, and the girl's like, "That's not what I said."
Yeah, had that thought of getting in the same bed. Zargik makes the joke. Me, he's like, "Oh no, I was just hey Emma, do you have one of those regenerates?"
Wait, what?
Regena, what?
Regenerate? Like, what the fuck did
Damn,
you
you made it
do?
awkward for her.
She ripped it clean off, Steve.
Yeah. You don't understand protein biology. They've got teeth. Or it's. So, yeah, I guess whoever wants to be at that little, thing, this little talkie booth, put your token there.
Fuck am I? There I am. We also gotta get our bird back.
I'll just assume it's...
There's something telling me that we have to get our bird back.
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess I'll just assume the bet is here.
I was gonna say, give me a will save,
Fuck
Kieran, to
is
see if that mental attack makes it way into your mind. Get Bird back.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure I can scroll up
Get
to it. And
Bird
I'll be
back.
fine. I will. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
You what bird? You passed.
Exactly.
What bird?
Yes.
What bird? We already have it back. Surely.
Yeah, your bird is a little statue on the desk here. In case you just want to awkwardly like reach over and take it.
Yoink. Yeah. Yoink.
Yoink, yeah.
And give it back to Zarya. Like, here you go.
Okay, in the bag.
In the bag. The fucking face this guy would be making the entire time. Just like the fucking scowl as you're yoinking, then handing it to Zargek, just the raised eyebrow, like, so he is the leader.
He's the guy that holds the bag.
Making
And then
me the
Zarya
leader.
Yeah, and Zarya just puts it in the back. He's also the guy that holds the construct, says he's got like the construct's underarm or something.
By the neck. Both
Yeah.
of them by the neck.
Yeah, Quentin will go. Yes, we've quickly assembled here because we've heard that you've had intel on a new breed of the constructs.
Oh yes, this is the new one. I guess since you've already seen this one, it will like prop it against the wall.
That
Just
one
so it-
is active. It's had its key turned backwards to turn it off.
So this one unfortunately is not active. We've repaired as most as we can, but that one is still operational if you want to do
Yeah.
any tests on that.
When you said it's still active, Volt will walk over and just shock and grasp it, causing some exterior damage to it.
Are you
Okay.
trying to sabotage what could be potentially useful info?
Yeah, and Volt will go. We've brought in constructs before. They have ways of turning themselves on.
All right.
It's the key. He'll probably like hold the key that he's been holding on to because Nori tossed it to him or something like that. And he's like, here. Just don't turn it in his back.
Volt just shakes his head at you. I mean, he'll catch the key and everything, but he's just shaking his head at you like you're in the wrong. To be fair, no
I
one
guess,
here is like, Volt, how dare you? They seem pretty, like, stalwart about it. Like, they're just letting him do this, face unchanging. I guess Quentin would
whatever.
say, it's true, we've brought in, it's true, we've brought in constructs in the past, and they had, in fact, been playing possum, as it were.
Interesting. So this construct specifically adds this on it, and I'll take out the phrenic stone.
Alright.
It
None of them make, like, a face of, like, acknowledgement. I mean, I guess Volt has got, like, a raised eyebrow, because obviously it's something magic. But, Delph here, you can give me a sense motive, I guess, for fairness' sake, but given that there's 4 of you here, and you're decent, like, 26 is already winning, if other people wanted to say that they're also part of this.
+3 cents. Woo!
Huge.
Nori?
I've rolled 3 times above
Yeah.
a 20. I'm good.
Valoon and Nori, you can see Delph's face when you pull out the Phoenix Stone as if he's aware of what it is, but he doesn't say anything. This is more if you guys want
Elf
to.
is specific. That's the guy with the gun, or is that the commander?
This is Bro, this is Quentin, this is Mila, this is Volterra,
okay.
and that is Delph.
I thought
coming
he
in.
was.
Sorry, I was in the
Yeah,
kitchen.
okay.
Sorry.
Sure.
His name is pronounced Dafe. That's my bad. I'm being stupid. It's
Daffy
been
Duck?
Dafe, yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm
I was in the
being
kitchen, sorry.
I'm sorry. It's read
Go.
one way, but you know how fucking languages are. The L is silent.
All right. I mean, I'm not going to really comment on it, but yeah, had that stone
So-
power, it shot out of the sky.
Inma, you also see that he knows something about it in case you want to say something. It's like the eyes. You can see in his eyes he recognizes it, but he pretends to play dumb like everybody else.
And I guess Zargik will keep the explanation. Phrenic stone is essentially it is a stone infused with mental energies that is either put on the head or the chest of said constructs to awaken parts of intellect. The benefit is they gain essentially psionic abilities such as spellcasting, depending on how strong the base construct is. Depending on how strong the construct is how much power they can actually harness from a phrenic stone. The weakness is it makes them it makes it subject to mental attacks as that constructs are normally immune to.
Yeah.
Quentin goes, I see. Well, this would be a problem if suddenly every construct in their repertoire gained the capacity of casting spells, as you said, yes?
Yes. Now I do not know exactly what spells it fully gives. It might depend on who's making it. But what we've at least seen that they can from, well, not very far, from a decent range, maybe slightly more than standard distance for firearms. And basically saying first increment. Yeah, more of this, they can, it says they seem they can harm you mentally, avoiding a lot of offenses in the way.
They seem to
How
have some sort of divinatory ability as well. Not long after this thing shot out of the sky, I had felt it trying to probe my mind. It didn't work, but I noticed its attempt. It also
So-
was decently capable at keeping itself hidden. I don't know if that's just because of the woods it was hiding in, or if it's just actually good. It didn't really do a good job as the fight continued. But it was also just hiding and then immediately attacking.
I
Well,
do not know
we'll
many
definitely
that
need to.
do. Yes.
We'll definitely need to inform the troops on this.
Yes, if they see any of those with something like this. By the way, was this thing shining or was this thing completely hidden?
The
The-
stone?
Yeah.
Well, it's destroyed, so you never saw it.
I mean, I was right in front of it when we fought it, so.
Yeah, when it got shot, hopefully you'd have
Yeah.
seen it.
Yeah, you never
Got it.
saw it shining. But, like
Very
I
well.
said,
So-
okay.
I guess I'll say, well, while this one,
here, give me an
It might be-
intelligence check, boyo. Maybe I'll tell you
Okay.
something.
Was it
20
ex-
plus 5, and. Woo!
So you know how I said it
Gimme.
was wearing a veil over its face?
I see. So I guess I'll say,
Brainstone
well,
fell from the brain area.
Yeah.
Well, at first I thought it might be for vanity or pride over creations of it looking so different.
Raise
This
an
head
eyebrow.
part where it has a veil. The veil was obscuring where the stone was specifically.
So aim for the head. A tried and true tactic. He does not fucking have a speech impediment like me.
Yeah.
A tried and true tactic. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
A
Yes. So
tried
not,
and true tactic.
Thank you.
yeah, so not only that, but it also makes it more recognizable from the ones that have ranged capabilities. So your men can outrange them still by giving a couple steps back.
Miller can definitely blast him right through that thing.
And whoever
Okay.
sent this at you must have thought that it was capable of taking on 5-6 mercenaries by itself.
I don't think
They
they
were
knew. Essentially, one of their patrols saw us when we were making camp, and he just sighs. They called me a demon and ran. A few moments,
see the
a
mistake.
few hours. Yes.
Aw,
a
you see a
few-
little pat on
Yeah.
Zargig. That's okay.
Quentin will
a
go,
few-
well, I'm sorry if that offends you, but I would take that as a mark of pride that you were so feared in battle.
I understand. It is my own personal issue for that moniker specifically.
I see. For what it's worth, Mila here is the White Death, and she just fucking throws one hand for a second and puts it back down.
That is a. Emma looks at her.
It's a much
"That is
better
really
name."
cool name. It is a cool name.
Volterra is trying to be known as, what was it now? Grandmaster Volt. And Volterra goes, I am High Magus Volt. For now.
You see fucking Emma.
He is the tune of you.
It is also
Emma
the
doesn't.
case
Emma
that
doesn't have a title, does she? No, well, we don't have titles. Yeah, we don't have titles.
Not
no,
necessarily. Quentin,
We're putrid
yeah.
mercenaries.
Quentin goes, I have a friend that people call Old One Eye.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
Wait
a
a
nice one.
minute. Emma's like, wait a minute.
is that not a-
Wow, that seems very mean and insensitive.
Is it someone with one eye, or are you?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's a mark of distinction. It's something he's earned in battle. People know
Okay.
that when Old One Eye comes around, you're right to fear.
Emma's like, I got tricked by an old one eye before.
Well, but yes, we came to inform you because if they start attacking with these,
Volterra interrupts you. Hold on there, General. You're not telling us your nickname. And then Quentin responds with, No, I'm not. Carry on.
very
All
well.
right.
The
I don't.
yes, Owen?
I was saying that this thing was also sent at us in the middle of the night. It probably wasn't expected that we'd all notice it first and foremost coming right at us, be able to withstand its mental abilities, and then summarily defeat it.
Yes, I suppose there's the possibility that I thought maybe only one of you would be on watch and would be able to take you up beforehand. It arrived quietly then.
We were in a wooded area, but it did utilize some manner of stealth, even during the fight. It knew enough to keep itself hidden. It wasn't
it's-
effective because it was also then utilizing magic right afterwards, but it could probably guarantee ambushes, I'd imagine.
Not too
Especially if
smart,
it has
then.
some sort of psychic way of finding people.
Dafe, you're writing this down, right? Oh, yes, sir. And he's just still jotting down notes, and Quentin just nods at you as if he's asking for more information.
By the way, David.
Yeah.
Just to think. No, I'll talk later about it.
Okay.
I don't know if we know anything more about it. Like, we haven't fought one of these regular ones, but the one that we fought didn't seem altogether too hardy. Zorgik brought it down pretty quick.
Volterra is
is it-
like still looming over it in case it starts moving.
They seem to be. They don't seem to be the hardiest things, but I also hit. The thing is, as any construct, individual little attacks might not do much to it.
Quentin goes, No, in many ways we have the upper hand in this war. Their soldiers are spread out, diversified, their more challenging things are scattered.
I think not.
Yes, that's perhaps the largest constraint of this, is that while we are more than capable of dealing with them in a tactical sense, they have the upper hand in surprise warfare. Kato is not your typical threat. In fact, he even tried invading this camp once, and we were fortunate enough to go by without much of any issue. And Volterra goes, You should explain the full story, because the full story is great. And Quentin goes, I don't think it's necessary. And Volterra goes, I mazed him, and he was just gone for like 20 solid minutes. This whole camp used to be like 50 feet more north.
This is
Huh.
Emma moves over. Emma goes, "That's actually really funny."
Yeah,
That is
Quentin.
hilarious.
Wait,
Yeah.
she goes. She's like, "You mazed him? Are you serious?"
Yeah, Quentin goes. Volterra
Amazing.
should also not presume to pass the information that he is capable of mazing without without the aid of a scroll. So she should
Yeah.
be. He should make it be known that this is a temporary relief, and we should be thankful that Kato is not aware that he can only do it once.
Well,
That's
it's
right.
still like
It's
that's
still
fine. It's
amazing.
still good. It's still maze. It's still you still was able to get it off, even if it was a temporary solution. Kato was.
Yes,
Yamago's
I
terrifying as
understand.
shit.
This might be seen as a victory of some sort. But you should tell them the full story, Volterra. And if this was a show, it would just cut to, like, Kato spawns back in after 20 minutes, looking around like he was still lost in the maze. He's just surrounded by TNT. Someone shoots a bullet at it. Just a huge explosion. And then from the wreckage, like, Aizen Kato walking through, like, fucking Power Vogue walking out of the flame unscathed.
Oh, mhm.
He's doing what
No,
the
The man's
in
got
the-
evasion. The man
David,
is a
you in the
monk.
story?
He has evasion. He can catch bullets. He's a fucking monk.
He's a monk in full
like
plate.
that like you say the show, David, like it
Probably a
shows the
brawler.
scene and then it goes
He
back
was
to in the
doing
face
this.
going, oh.
Honestly, I guess probably a brawler. I'm sure they can also get both of those
Just
things.
walking
So
out like
Quentin
that.
just kind of leans on the table and he goes, "All we learned that day is that he's a monster and that he can't be killed by conventional means. We've learned that we can maze him, but it's an expensive pursuit. If we were to do it back to back, it'd be an hour, and it would be an incredible expenditure. It'd be the risk of mages having him pass the save. Well, I don't know, he doesn't say save. Having passed the spell's effects. We don't know if you got lucky, for one thing." And then the Vulture laughs going, "No one can pass my spell's abilities. Watch this." And he fucking zaps the fucking unconscious robot again.
Yeah, fucking turns on.
That'd be
Okay, so this
great!
guy is not. So this guy can't be a wizard.
Just
No,
as
he's a magus. It's
As a quick sidebar as well, while we were out there, I'm sure you already know, and you figured it wasn't important for us to know, because it's not really a matter of military, but we ran into an airship with people that were selling lemonade, supposedly to increase morale among Kato's troops.
Yes, I believe his notes are somewhere in here, and he'll pull out this, like, one-page paper that just has, like, a fucking rough draft. And when I say rough draft, I mean, like, I will draw him right now. This is how rough it is. Alright,
oh my
rough,
god, the mustache.
rough draft of the guy. And,
It looks just like him.
yeah, we only know him as Don John, because I believe that is the extent of what we were capable of making his name out of. He's some low-ranking pirate. We would deal with him, but he seems to be safe within Kato's airspace on some sort of principled charter that he is not a pirate pillaging Kato's own citizens. He's a Limonade salesman. He pronounced like he tries to do like a bass sound out.
Limonjade,
Yeah. He's like looking at the paper. A Limonjade salesman.
Yes, a Limonjade, Limonade, Limonade salesman. He said it different every time.
He's been in no part of the war that we've found. He's just been always so far in the back line that only our spies have noticed his existence.
I mean, he was decently close. He was just,
I
out
dare
and
say
about
he
away.
must have been decently close. You were only gone for 3 days.
Yeah. They had some sort of forward base erected over. He would gesture
Yonder.
in the direction and the
Mhm.
time, like the distance, that away.
If that's the case, we should start assembling a team to take their fortress, lest they get a little too antsy.
They don't seem to have any great amount of leadership, but
No, I don't think they
apparently,
do.
well, no, at that place.
Hmm.
I was more so saying that the, oh god, I can't remember their fucking names.
While they're talking, Quentin just turns and goes, "Bro, start assembling a team."
What was her name?
I'm
I don't know.
assembling a team.
The war priest and the cleric that lives on his thigh or whatever were both there at one point. So, at the very least, they've been whatever that amount of distance is away from here.
I should do the thing Joe does with his hippo and just take a screenshot of this and make this Don John's image.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, it's not a hippo.
Vol-
It's an elephant.
yeah, he's an elephant. Also, Valoon was just like, yeah, no, that looks just like him. He's even that color from all the Limonade.
From spilling on him.
Yeah. But yeah, it seems like it's definitely some sort of forward base. Well, he'd look at like the now very much so sparking like fucking thing. It seems like that was their construct, their one. There have been patrols that have been going about with their own constructs, but I don't know if they're exactly tied to the same place. But it was only people that we saw there.
Well, yes, as our notes have shown you, I believe we've shared this with you, that their constructs are limited, but still, having
Yes.
one or two bolstering their troops, individually, their men, as unfortunate as it is, are not really a threat to us. They are coming at us with sticks and rocks.
We've seen it.
Most of the people at that camp, would we have seen like them geared up, or
Like I said, they
Was that
have
one-
they have leather armor. They had bows. They have like axes. Like they have the makings of like a level 1 adventurer. But you know, to consider that they're an armed militia is kind of sad. But I mean, if these people were coming at you in mid-century Europe, I mean they're a fucking threat. But these fuckers have guns and people in like fucking outer like what's this shit called,
Power
Steven? Power.
Power armor?
No, like the ceramic plate and stuff.
Oh my god. They got actual fucking you got what's the fucking armor? Fuck, you got
They have an
this
armored
place is legit.
exoskeleton.
Yeah, like these, like the Iron Empire outgears them so hard. It's the fact that Eisenkado is like an anomaly of a person that they have their own anomalies. Like Volterra is a fucking wizard. Like he has magic. That alone makes him better than the common man.
They tried shooting a cannon at him.
He ate it.
Yeah, they're
Not
gonna
the
say
bullet, the cannon.
if you would like to volunteer, Nori, if you're trying to hold him still long enough to fire a cannon at him, we would be happy to try.
Nori, please don't take that as an insult. Please don't accidentally try to do that. She's like, please don't actually try to. Oh, Eisenkado.
No,
He,
this is
in
not a
addition to
character. No idea.
his freak strength, we'd like to point out that Eisenkado seems to have some sort of supernatural charisma for amassing all of these people around him. People which have made the war much more difficult than it need be. People which has made this war a war.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, those are the people we are trying to take out first, especially the little man he always has beside him. Our ultimate objective is to kill Kato, but we're trying to clean the people that will, if they are able to join the fight, make it much harder than it needs to be.
We already got their little assassin.
Quentin goes,
Yeah.
well, if I'm being frank, when you first arrived here and I was informed that Viral had sent you, I didn't have the highest of hopes for you, but you've been doing an excellent job, and I look forward to what your next plan is.
Thank you. As again, we were still scouting the area because we're trying to see where these elites are located to take them out.
It's taking all
But-
of the power in Valoon's brain to not say, just walk around and see what happens, mostly.
No, mostly the issue is we got some information, so to prevent any losses from your side, we came back to tell you.
Especially when one of them got shot at us from the sky. I figured that'd be kind of strategically important.
Yes, they
Yeah,
are
then
either.
it has ranged capabilities.
Yes, are you sure it descended from the sky through a cannon? Maybe it was just teleported wrong and it was a bit higher than it needed to be?
I mean, you said it like. So it looked like a meteor, you said.
Yeah, it came at you from an angle from the heavens. You wish
Okay.
upon a shooting star and it fucking it got really close. It the way the Omnitrix landed, it was that.
Yeah, I mean,
Whoa! I almost died.
With that being
I
said,
have
it
no
was
idea if
it was like
it was-
100 feet away from you, so like it had some like rough estimate of where you were.
I mean, they clearly knew somewhat where we were. The thing landed within like 100 to 200 feet of us. It was
And then
aimed, I guess, in that sense. I don't know if that means it was a cannon or if it was some sort of magic.
Yeah.
It
and
didn't
as
die
a
on
reminder,
entry.
you felt it like ping your mind trying to find out where you were.
Yeah, it did also, like do its best to seek us out not long after landing, and then it immediately came over.
It might not be cannon. It might have been bombardment.
Yeah, I'm not
Stiff.
sure exactly how it was, but it was something that, even after it had happened, it didn't hurt the thing enough to destroy it.
Daffy
Whether
goes,
that just
if I
means-
have permission to speak, sir, and Quentin nods. Daffy goes, if we might see that Phrenic stone, was it? We might be able to have Volterra check its magic signature, maybe, to tell us where it came from. Terra kind of
Wouldn't you be
turns
able to do
like, I don't know if I can do that. And he goes, some other mage, perhaps.
Not to be presumptuous, but wouldn't you be able to do it? You seem to know what the stone was.
I mean, I only know what the stone is because you told me about it.
Yeah, no, I meant before then.
You seem to be mistaken.
You were staring at it pretty hard.
Well, you had pulled it from your bag saying it was related to the robot, and I have to take notes. I start many things.
Yes, but do you stare at things you don't know with understanding? Like, I think we don't really need to spell out what I'm getting at here. You do know something about it. And that you're even suggesting something that he doesn't know off the top of his head means that you clearly know more about it than he does, and what we do.
Within my right to speak, just because I know something that the High Magus does not mean that I am fully versed in whatever this rock is, nor that if Volterra does not know does not mean that he's to say
You got it written right in front of you.
stupid.
He's just like,
And Volterra, what was that? And he goes, I was just saying that you're not. That's what I thought.
be that as it may, if you know as much to suggest to do something, surely you'd also potentially have the ability to just do so?
Sure. Let's say that I do, so that I can send this over to headquarters and have somebody that does know what it is done.
Being so weird about this. What the hell?
If that's
Well-
all right, General, I'm just going to resume
Yeah.
taking notes.
Just gonna look at
Well,
him just like,
well,
"Is that not quite as
General,
weird?"
if there's any other question, I'll be glad to answer it. If not, I will be taking a rest before we depart again.
The Quentin goes, I do not believe an additional query is needed, although I do believe Daffy is correct. That again, my mistake, not his. Daffy is correct in that we should have someone with some real know-how look over that, if you will. And he just gestures his face at the desk in front of him, where you grabbed the bird.
Bird?
If we have any other message, now we have this again to send it to you.
Was that Joe?
I just said no. Zargi just said if we need to send another message, now we have this to send it to you. So we
No,
don't
he's
go
he's
back.
asking for you. And he goes, "No, son. I was asking that you place this phrenic stone down."
I guess I'll do it
Yeah.
on the table.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh man.
I was just going to leave it on the golem where it's supposed to be. But yeah,
If you say that out loud, Quentin's gonna go. Perhaps it's best that they stay separated.
that
You
is
put it
fair.
on
But
its
that
face, it turns on somehow.
Oh yeah, I
I
mean
will-
that thing was in like a ton of pieces before. The
No,
only thing the only reason it's put together is because I can make whole
yeah,
it.
that is only physically put together. Its magical essence is gone.
It's also good to know. But if it's put together the same way, we might be able to find a fault in how its gears are laid out. Although for that
Very
we
well.
might need an engineer. But yes, go ahead
Now
and rest. Take a few days of time if you need be.
We after resting today, we shall be going again because we still need to scout out where our targets supposedly are.
Quentin's looking down at you. What do you want? Quentin's like you're like Zarg's talking, and you just see Quentin's like eyes slowly diverting down.
Oh god damn it! I saw a fucking video, David. That reminded that of his eyes darting down. It's just a fucking thing where he's like, you're dating my daughter? He's yes, she's and she drops a spoon under the table. She says, I dropped my spoon, and he's like, table see through, table see through, table see through. That reminded me of
I've
the spoon
seen
drop
that
like
too.
Yeah.
They had me dying. I was like, oh my god.
He's not actually diverting his eyes down towards you, it's just going up, and then in the background it's fucking Arnold dancing. And I'm like,
Arnold's upgraded to the Ricardo Mila dance. The
Yeah.
Ricardo dance.
Balloon stares over
No,
at
that's
me
when he
like
gets an
Jim
actual
from The
rank into it,
Office.
Steven.
Mila stares at you back like that bitch from The Office, the one that dated Dwight.
David, we're gonna teach Arnold to dance later. Because I mean, obviously, his next skill points has to go in there so he can learn how to dance.
What do you mean teach?
The next
He's doing the
dance-
teaching.
Yeah.
No. He has a dance already perfected. We're gonna give him another dance to go. We're not improving upon perfection. We're merely adding more options.
I'm now
Fair
just thinking
enough,
of
really.
the dancing at the end of Dan to Dan, where every time I see it, I just love the new Dan to Dan ending. Every time I see it, I'm just like, I can do these dances. They're so simple.
That's kind of the point.
Yeah. Just makes me think they were designed for the weebs to do. Push your hand and move slightly.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys walk out of the office. Alright, you guys are gonna go rest and do things.
yeah, sure.
If you want, we could table here, or you guys could just quickly tell me what you want to do in the downtime, and you guys can start like planning your next thing. Like, I don't know if you guys want to do role play about like sleeping and resting in here. You know what I mean? Talking to each other or anyone else.
The fucking note taker was just being weird.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not fucking crazy or anything, right? The note taker was being real weird about the goddamn psychic rock.
I'm pretty
And
sure
I didn't
you
notice
already know
anything.
about it.
Sorry,
The
what?
dude
noticed.
like was staring
I
at it
noticed.
as soon as you pulled it out. He knew exactly what that fucking thing was. And then he
Yeah.
suggested something later about it, and somehow
Yeah.
it's not even mentioned.
So I have this is just conjecture from what I'm thinking. Because earlier when I went back to the Empire, I saw Vero with all of his parts, essentially taken off. Basically, I'm pretty sure they already are using those gems probably already.
I don't know, man. I was thinking it was more so something
Is
crazy, like
what?
psionics are banned in fucking the Iron Empire. Also, yeah,
Vero
what?
Vero has a lot of technology on him. He has a lot of different parts. He there's a lot of removable body parts he has on him.
I'm sorry. I know we do not have this vernacular. Like Viral is a Lego of a man. Oh man.
When Viral dies, makes a Lego Yoda death scream.
And then the actual
You
Lego,
hear
like
the actual, the
dismantling.
actual Lego sound. The
Yeah.
oh, and then like oh, me when I'm trying
This
to
is-
put Viral back
Yeah,
together.
and then as we
Viral, what do I
start assembling
cast
him,
on you? Viral,
This
do I
is-
cast make whole or revive?
Yeah, I was looking for something like what Joe posted, but I found this, and this is me.
Same.
This is what happened when. This would happen when the fucking what was his name? When Kalo fucking got Viral. Is what I
Yeah.
posted.
Yeah, I'm back, chat. My fucking, I had a blackout, and then we had my internet crash. But it's been working alright since then, although we are close to tabling. The party's just role-playing, and then, yeah. So, yeah, you guys were talking to each other in
Well-
secret.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, the Iron Empire folks are just the private sort, especially their
Yeah,
military.
we're not part of their military, so
I mean,
I
it's
can understand
fine,
if
but
they
it
don't
just
say
seems
anything.
like it seems like he was withholding useful info, which also seems against what the military does. But
to be-
whatever.
To be
No.
fair, it probably would have said that after we left.
I don't know, man.
Withholding information. No, we're not on the need to know.
I mean, I guess. I doubt they
I
could really
mean-
establish a need to know on something that they don't know.
Yeah. But don't worry,
But people-
we'll know because we always figure because we want to know.
Now
so we
you're
can
getting
figure
it.
it out.
I don't know, man. This shit's stupid.
I felt like Nori was talking to me. No.
He's right there. What the hell are you talking about? Felt like.
Oh shit! Nori, get over here. Hey, hi, Nori.
He was there the entire time.
I swear to God, he was
I've
not behind
always
me.
been here. Ooga
Ah,
booga.
touch of death.
What?
Uh,
When did you
well,
learn that one?
Equivocate.
Excuse you? You're bringing
Zel, the fuck are you
D&D
doing?
fighting
You're
magics
Worlds.
into this game? I'm gonna kill you.
Equivocate. What are you? You're near that.
Oh, we're doing Weeaboo Fight
really
Matches
not.
at Harlon. Be right
Nope.
back. Rebuilding Kato.
Yeah. We already can't
Joe,
beat him, bro.
what do you mean, Joe? I do have something. I got level 5 spells now.
No, I know, but not. This is the thing, Stephen. There's a big difference between Seal Living and Touch of Death.
Yeah, I know.
Symbol of
Touch of
death,
death.
let's all die.
Me when I yell touch of death, but I cast Slay Living.
Oh, for chat, what happened? They went back to the
Oh
camp
yeah,
and they talked to the camp
tricking
people.
them, right?
It was a trick. It was a joke. It was a jab. This is a necromancy spell I'm allowed to use.
For stupid funsies, if somebody wants to give me a diplomacy to like eavesdrop in on a conversation that's happening,
Diplomacy?
Ooh, gotcha.
A diplomacy?
because it's you're basically gathering rumors.
Oh,
Sure, David.
Gotcha. I got diplomacy. I got
Your
diplomacy out the
Your
butt.
diplomacy is that you're like your head is over the conversation and they don't like take this somewhere else. You know what I mean?
That's why I rolled so high. They're nervous
Mine
about
is-
leaving.
and I'm underneath them. Oh,
She's right between
Oh,
my
it's painful.
legs.
I'm not part of this.
Hey, should we be talking about this with the null right there? What's the problem with the null? I guess nothing. I'm a little uncomfortable with my zipper down and there's this little black thing.
you see her.
This
She
little black
smiles.
thing.
she smiles. Which is you don't see
Alright.
that a lot because
I'm
Inma
more
mostly
nervous.
monotone
It's like,
face.
I'm more
You should
nervous
be
now.
very nervous.
Alright, so
Inma doesn't
basically
smile.
the conversation goes as thus. Some soldiers going, no, I swear, one of, like, Kato's men is, like, a holder of the Redodo, and, like, two of the other soldiers go, shut the fuck up about the Redodo. Like, the other guy's like, oh, fuck this again. And the guy's like, no, I swear, it's real, and one of them has it. And he goes, you thought somebody had the Redodo in, like, last campaign, like, we were fucking in the middle of nowhere. We were just shooting at fucking, rats and worms in the desert, and you swore one of the rats had the Redodo.
We're so back.
The guy goes, no, he totally is the Redodo user. I saw him moving around. He was just playing with a deck of cards and pulling, like, he was like, you had him out, and he was like pulling them out, and you're like, that's a Harrow deck, you stupid, and you're like, it's the Redodo! They had pictures on it, that's a Harrow deck! And they're just yelling at each other.
Question: what's a Redodo?
He doesn't remember.
The
Yeah.
campaign
No,
where we
no, I
played with
don't.
cards.
Yeah, are you asking in character?
Okay, alright, now I remember.
Are you
Yeah, I
asking
will.
in
What's the
character? one?
Redodo?
And then
What
immediately one of the
sickness do you
people
have?
are like telling him
Why
to
is it
shut up.
called
They're
the
like,
Redodo?
no, don't ask him, don't get him started. And the guy goes, so the Redodo is this, like, deck of cards that like takes all your memories and they make them real, and you draw them, and it lets you summon forth the powers of the mind. They're like, shut the fuck up. But with the
That
power of the
sounds-
heart and
something like
friendship,
that.
you
That
always
sounds
draw what you need.
That
You're like,
sounds
I
Something
know.
like that.
And he goes, it's not stupid, you're stupid.
David,
What did
which of
you
these
say to
fucking
me?
guys is the Redodo one? Which one is the Redodo one?
I don't care. Just say which one's the
Is it
Redodo
the
one
one that
else.
summons
Just
a
like this,
random lady
just
that
like
follows
in
you
getting very
around?
close. Tell me everything about it.
Yeah, I mean, Nora's currently threatening him. Would you say?
Is it the one that summons a random lady that follows you around and then also takes away all of your magical shit?
No, that's a different deck.
This
That's,
one has shoes.
that's not that deck.
This one has shoes.
Yeah, look.
Oh, that guy? Oh, you are making it that guy? Alright, you've uncovered
Wait,
him.
is it? Hold on.
You've uncovered him. Boop.
Oh,
Hell.
So yeah, I guess now I'm adding to that guy's personality. He believes in the Redodo.
Yeah, no, we
It
ran
was
into
like-
a magic
it
deck
was
of cards.
like, you know, this one's kind of and why is your voice so deep? This one's kind of cute.
A gnome had them, and then he was gonna kill himself.
I realize that you have a tail. And he goes, yes, ma'am.
So does Mia.
So there's a lot of auto party
Wait,
difficulties.
where's the
Come
fucking?
there.
I need the fucking. Where's the image of fucking from Elden Ring? Fucking what's his name? Bring out the red-haired harlot. Good.
It might be worth it to
Where's
get
the
Nori to
fucking-
put on the chokehold.
So yeah.
Get your-
he was,
get your shit
"Redodo's
together,
not
Steve."
stupid, you're stupid. And you said,
Oh,
what
I
did you say?
refuse.
So yeah, did you want to intimidate him, Nori?
No.
As soon as Pat saw that he's Inma's favorite boy, Pat, I wasn't scared.
I
of him.
can't. I can't intimidate. Not as a
Okay.
skill.
Alright, then he continues his like fucking Billy and Mandy-esque dialogue as Billy. You just don't understand the rich complexities of a magic artifact that lets you summon forth your very own heart and mind to the thing. The Redodo isn't stupid, you're stupid!
I go,
Seems
I go
like an
in the
interesting-
kitchen, I
No,
go in front of a
she's
mirror.
sitting here.
I'm
The
not
Redodo isn't stupid. I'd like to hear all about it. David, hold on. Let me find that. I need this gift real quick.
Guys, I think Inma's trying to get laid.
David, me as she's like, guys, you leave him alone. I want to hear all about it. Inma walking away with him.
I love the chat. What the hell is the Redodo? I'm like, that's pretty much what the conversation is.
So for the chat, it essentially was a campaign where we played where basically the world is ran by people that have decks of cards that they basically have different effects in fights.
Yeah.
It's another layer of like mechanics on top of normal Pathfinder is to have cards that
We
are crazy.
we
We-
mount bullshit upon bullshit.
We can't run base Pathfinder. People get like bored or they min-max it too soon. The best base Pathfinder I can do is like Night Hunters, where the game is just explicitly hardcore, and then the party
The-
usually goes, "I don't like this."
You say this, David, but the funny thing is for Redodo, none of us at all
Sort of like
were
you.
like we're not very mid-max at all. Like
Well,
the
yeah,
most
but
mid-max
it was-
thing is that I had good sleight of hand.
But it's not like it was a hard campaign.
No, except the Mothman.
I was
The
playing
Mothman countered all of us.
anti-paladin, I
Yeah.
think. And he wasn't like any good because I don't know how fucking anti-paladins work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I think the
funny
problem with
thing-
your anti-paladins, you were fighting like monsters and things that are generally evil, so your smite good and do shit.
It was also generally a problem because, like, the thing that I was going for was, like, because we mix all of our decks together and my whole shtick was going to be, like, what was it, Exile or whatever? That didn't work out. And then
Yeah,
whatever card we picked out, like, also changed the trajectory of my character.
But
that
anyways,
was a huge surprise that we mixed all our decks together.
Except David said it was going to happen when we started playing.
No,
yeah,
you didn't.
to be fair, to
Then
to
why
be
did you
fair, it's
surprise all of us?
because people
I
don't
mean,
pay
We weren't
was-
attention.
surprised by it.
I just didn't think it would matter
It's-
as much.
yeah. I mean, the thing is, for example, I made a character concept, and then I learned how the deck worked. I'm like, well, my character concept doesn't work because my point is I would try to steal cards from people. And Dave's like, that's not how that works at all. It's like, shit. Still, I'm still stuff.
I didn't make a character built around the deck.
I mean, it's all fine. Anyways, with your like 43 diplomacy, if this fucking guy here will start talking where it's like the Redodo is this magical thing, and then some other guy like walk in being like, all right, if you're gonna start explaining the fucking stupid ass Redodo to them, we might as well tell them how we all started hearing about it because you were in Shadow Scar, and I think you heard it from Mike, right? And the guy goes, no, I heard the Redodo because I was just in the Shadow Scar, and it was such. Anyways, Mike got his information from some fortune teller, and what was it, the Beastlands? And then some other guy walks in going like, I was with Mike when he was at that fortune teller, and let me tell you, that fortune teller only gave you half the story because what you have to understand with the Redodo, and some other guy runs up.
Off this man.
Off that man, yeah, you pull her off.
Off this man.
Yeah, they'll take a step back. What was that?
Off this man.
Bear in mind.
He's
And,
like, "Let me see that tail real quick."
Some other guy walks in. I was the fortune teller, and I'm gonna tell you the Redodo. And then someone grabs the guy that says he's a fortune teller, flips him around, and pile drives him, and goes, "I'm Mike. I was the one that started this rumor."
Why?
Is the Redodo real, or are you just gonna disappoint all of us?
Oh no, it's. I mean, I don't know. I just heard a rumor.
About what?
Oh,
A
that.
magic deck of cards?
Yeah,
There is
there's
one of
a
those.
there's a magic deck of cards, and there's a ghost that is watching over it, and it challenges anybody that comes near it for their soul for the game, or it takes you to like a shadowy plane where only the winner comes back, but the winner gets the
God
deck.
damn it.
That sounds awesome.
Where the fuck is that supposed to be?
I don't know. That's that fortune teller in the Beastlands.
I don't want to know.
Who's the fortune teller?
This little dog creature thing. I think she was jaundiced.
I'm like thinking. I don't remember her name, but I think Whitting went to see a fortune teller. And you think it's the same one? There's got to be like 30 fucking fortune tellers in the Beastlands. That's like the
Oh, yeah,
that's their main
it's-
export.
Especially because
Yeah.
you went to the Phoenix Lands, not the Beastlands.
Yeah, whatever. That's like their main export.
Mike goes, no, I was in the Beastlands when I went to that fortune teller.
That's crazy.
I just went to her for like a
Nice.
laugh, like me and my friend go in to get our fortunes read, and then they talked
She
about
wouldn't
like,
stop talking to you about a deck of cards.
oh yeah, she said that that one of us was destined to die to the deck of cards, and I said if you want someone to die to the deck, anyways, I got kicked out.
She's
I mean, at this rate, it
Emma's
sounds like if
yeah,
you don't stop talking
that's-
about
that sounds
it,
good.
like you're on a one-way trip to someone slitting your throat in the night with like a playing card or something.
Let me go.
I'm still holding it. You're just like,
That's what I'm doing. This. Let me go.
It's just like
I
all right,
guess
we're
I'll
gonna
look-
cart our friend out of here,
Yeah.
and Valoon's gonna help to pick
Well,
up in Malik.
no, well, Valoon.
Yeah.
Somebody say it's the.
Ah.
I look at the young man. Do you
Which-
consent?
What, this guy?
There's
And
no
she's like,
reasonable.
it was
no
like, why do you
reasonable
say it
concern
like
for it.
that?
Yeah,
It was
he's
why do you
like,
say it like
he's
that?
like,
We're
to
calling
what?
on the guy.
To what?
It was like, even it was like, Jesus. I was
Yeah,
close
look
to
at
the guy.
you.
I was like climbing him.
I'm just looking at him. I kind
Oh,
of shake my
sure.
head a lot.
I'm gonna back away. He says,
Yeah,
backing
you should.
away.
You guys made it. You made it weirder. What? It was like, why would you say? It
And
was
then
literally
and then his
Lord of
one
horrible
friend,
impulse control.
his one friend walks up. See, this is why you don't bring up the Redodo every fucking chance you get. But I swear I saw the Redodo. It was Hero Card. He like tackles him.
She's like, oh my baby. Don't hurt him. She's like, if you need a heal, I have one. If you need a resurrection, I have one for you.
I guess you could say they are punching each other, but like, you know, they're not shooting. They are roughhousing.
Armor,
No.
they're fine.
We're doing.
Yeah.
They do the same thing we do.
Playful enough that you
David.
don't need to
David.
call
Yeah.
the army.
On the wash floor, people just go here, stay away from me. That's all you hear all day. And someone else say some shit, and then I start moving towards them. No, Nears, no.
Yeah, what you'll notice in this situation is that there are no, like, leadership position people here. There's a bunch of mercenaries and a bunch of grunts, so they're acting like grunts around you. Oh, yeah, bro is here. To be fair, bro does not... Bro is probably
No.
Bro is the superior that's just like, go for the eye!
Yeah, exactly. That's what, David. You think our chief doesn't fucking get on this when he sees me going after someone? He goes, get him! Get
Yeah.
his ass! He said,
As long as it's not in the hospital, it's free game.
All you hear
Yeah,
is Chief go, you think Nears go take that? Get his ass! And I just start and I start running after him.
But Steven, imagine someone like Milo is around. That's the difference.
Oh yeah, that was Chief Robertson when she was here. She's a bitch.
Or Volterra, like somebody that views everybody as a stepping stone to the better promotion.
Ugh, Christ.
It's just him going old one-eyed too.
Yeah, old one too. Yeah, or I mean, even Quentin. Quentin's an old man, and I'm sure he's probably fine with it on some level. But but you know, Quentin's also the kind of guy that's more old school about it. So I'm just throwing out like fucking scenarios for Steven's actual military life. Bro is just some young guy that's in a better position because he's a good crack shot.
Hell yeah.
Quentin was like, as soon as he sees two people fighting one person, he shoots one of them. It's like, cheating.
Well, you know what? Bro's not in your sheets. I'll give it to
I'm,
you since. Oh yeah, go ahead, Pat.
Come on. We tabled?
Yeah, we're tabling. We were just doing roleplay stuff.
Hi, bro.
But yeah, if you guys want a table here with the stupid fight and Inma chasing around him like a dog, going, we can table there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
See you guys
Yeah.
That guy gets pushed over by
Yeah.
him. You've never seen the like. Zarg's like, I've never seen him with that much power before. I cast mighty strength. I got a +8 to strength right now. I've got 20 strength right now.
Now we can only hope he consents.
Based
It's
on the
really
way you
funny
asked
playing
him,
as
I don't
seven.
think he's ever gonna.
I mean,
She's like, please ignore what Zark said about that. That was weird.
I don't know. It's very funny being one of the people that seeks the most, but also I have 7 charisma, so I can just say whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, it works. Alright, so we table with the party engaging in tomfoolery with the grunts. The party will eventually sleep, I assume. You'll wake up, but I'm just gonna say over the week, if you guys wanna either take what decide what you're doing, like take what the guy said and actually have a few days of downtime rest, give Whitting more time to get another class level, or or just tell me what you plan on doing, so I might get a map for it. As opposed to just describing a Limonade airship.
Well, our plan will still be, because it's basically going in between the camps and have Valoon like sneak around and then maybe have Han disguise himself as one of the poorer folk and try to gather information. The point is we're trying to find where to hit their specialists.
To be fair, if that's just kind of what you want to do for the next, like, week and a half or something, we could just say that the party
Yeah.
does that, like just throw out a few rolls to see how things go, and
Nice.
tell you the end results, so the party can move
Yeah,
into
that's-
greater things, and also give Jason more class levels. Jeez.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good for me. We can
Just tell me
definitely
how many
do that.
days so I can add that to my book percentage.
He said a week and a half. That's 10 to 11 days.
I'll assume 10.
Smart.
But
I mean, what would be the rules for this? I assume it would be this guy, so I can pretend to be someone.
I was gonna say we
And
don't have to do it
equality.
right now. If you guys want to, again, over the week, make sure this is your plan. Because if we start the session with that, we can just throw out some rolls and say, like, I say something for 10 minutes, all the information. Probably not even 10 minutes, probably 5 minutes. You know, just like
I mean-
it would just be perception, stealth, etc. You know, you're gonna have somebody be invisible, buffed, that kind of thing. And then I'll say, like, you guys check out all the nearby fortresses, but we don't need to do it now in case somebody over the week goes, guys, I'm looking at spells and I've come up with something great. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I mean, it's a
Fair
thing.
enough.
I would assume mine will probably still happen because
Guys,
it's
I'm gonna get
literally
out of here. I gotta eat that.
infiltrating
I'm
and
stupid.
asking
Okay.
questions.
All right.
See you, Steven.
Have a nice night.
To be fair, if anyone can actually do that thing with spells, unless we go back
N-
to buy scrolls, so we find out it would be Steven, because he's the only one
By
that
the
can
way,
change his spell.
guys, now that there's 4 of us here, peek?
All right, you want to play Peak right now?
I don't think I have the time, considering that to Saturday is the day I don't sleep, because there's someone cleaning the house, so noise.
Ah, fair enough. Oh well,
Okay.
no peek.
We can play it later.
Now,
We got time.
or Sunday, or tomorrow night, maybe, depending how long Dmod goes. Or before Dmod.
I didn't realize that Steven had also sent me a gift. God damn it.
Did he also buy you the mining game?
Yes, the very cursed-looking mining game.
Is that a multiplayer game? Like, should I?
I would assume so.
I
If he
don't
got
know.
it for multiple people. Where is it? Super...
I mean, the image has 2 people, so maybe it's a co-op game.
Mining Max store page. Online co-op.
Okay.
I
Well, it's
guess
got an
I
online
guess
co-op, I'll
tomorrow,
wait.
if you guys want to, like, 1 hour before the session, try to play a bit of peek. I don't know when you guys are free these days.
Play
Yeah.
alone or together with up to 7 friends in online co-op multiplayer.
Oh, well,
I should
chat
be able
must not be
to
asking
find it.
about Peak. What's the name of the game that you're looking at? Super Mining Bros or something?
Peak. Oh, yeah,
Super Mining Max,
Oh, okay.
apparently.
As
It
a-
looks like bootleg Motherload.
Yeah.
Bless you.
But it's not Motherload thing.
That's why it's bootleg Motherload.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
It does,
you apparently cannot lose.
Cannot lose?
Oh.
Oh.
There's no risk or danger removing the sense of urgency and risk-taking of Motherload.
I guess. I gotta tell you, I once played Motherload in one sitting. I was so close to completing it because it was like I was like little. I was at my dad's work at night because he had to do something, so I was just on his computer the whole time, and it had to be like 4 or 5 hours. Like he's doing something, and I almost completed Motherload, and right as I'm about to like do the last I went back up to refill and everything. I'm about to go back down and finish it. I fucking accidentally click out of the window, which resets it. I was
Oh, I
sad.
have played Motherload.
I was sad, but I also I also don't feel like I want to put in the time commitment to redo it because it's just so much time. It's like when I was also little, I have Pokemon Yellow, and I saved my Master Ball through one of my many playthroughs to go get the Mewtwo at the very end, and my mom called me in, and so I let a friend hold the Game Boy Color because I'm a fucking Massachusetts dumbass that trusts people. And I swear to God, they said, "Oh, I saw this really high-level Rhyhorn, so I threw a Master Ball at it, and I saved your game so you didn't lose it."
Did you punch him?
I should have, but
Yeah, I'm like, no, yeah, I'm usually not a person for violence, but that kind of deserves a punch.
yeah, I know. I definitely feel like he did that on purpose too. But that's the thing. I was a
For the
little
amount
boy
of
that
steps and
I was a little boy
unless
that
it's like
accepted
a
people
young,
being
stupid
shitheads back
child.
then because I was bigger than everybody, and I just let people bully me because if I did anything, I hurt them. And then at some point in my life, I started fighting back, and the adults got mad at me, so I got sadder. And now I'll just get arrested. But yeah, I mean, if a kid goes up and spits at me in the face, I will grab them by that. I grab that little shit by the neck and lift him up and use him as a towel, because I have had a kid actually walk up to me and spit me in the face because he thinks he's being a cool shit. And I'm like, I was like 28 or something when this happened, and I grabbed him by the shoulder, and he starts crying, and I pick him up, and I use his shirt as a napkin, and I set him down, and I hit him on the top of the head, and he starts crying, and I said, go tell somebody about it, and I continue about my day. And his mom never came by to get me, because I was going to tell her, your little shit spat in my face, you're lucky I'm not calling the police.
Oh.
I just don't take shit from anybody now. If there was a fucking like 50-year-old man at a Walmart tried starting shit with me, and I the first thing I did was I turned to the person who was with me. I said, "Is he senile?" And they said no. And I said, "All right, you little curmudgeon-y bastard. What do you want?" And the guy goes, "Is that how you speak to your elders?" I said, "That's how I speak to my inferiors. What do you want?" He goes, "I don't want to talk to you anymore." I'm like, "All right, good day," because he started off by saying, "Hey, fatty," and so you know.
Ah, yeah, that's how you get in
So
someone's...
when someone calls you that, you just lay them on the floor and sit on top of them and like, so...
To be fair,
Yeah,
I'm
I guess I
also
am.
giving the harshest examples of things. Because a lot of time, people don't talk that way. A lot of time, people just go, you know, they give you like a look or something, or they try and be cordial, even though you can tell they're being a shithead about it. I don't go, I'm gonna fucking knock you out for that. I just also give them the same weird side-eye glance look, and I be fake cordial about it. I am giving, but if somebody spits in my face, basically I'm saying, if you come at me with a certain energy, I will match it.
Fair.
I'm also giving examples of when a kid and like a 50-year-old did it. I say 50-year-old, he might have been 80, I don't know. Old. Strangers, mind you. Like, that kid wasn't like some kid in my cul-de-sac. I was just walking around the neighborhood doing my mom's Pokemon Go. You know what I mean?
No, I get it.
The police are gonna come by my house. You admitted to assaulting a child? I admit to fucking bopping them on the head. Like, it's not a punch, it's like a fucking... You know that thing where you have like your pinky grazes them when you do a swap?
I see. I mean, some people are just sad.
Like, I
Doesn't
understand
make it
that
okay.
I picked up a whole ass child, but you shouldn't have spit in my face when he was like, "Come, I have something to tell you," and I kneeled down, like, not kneeled down, like, I bent down and be like, "What does this kid want to do?" Because it's a child. Why not, like, you know, make them feel good about just letting them play, you know?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Again, I am more than willing to be a bad person. Like, I don't know, if Kieran, if a child spat in your face, a stranger on top of that, someone from your neighborhood, to be fair, you've probably seen them. What would you do? Would you not fucking grab the child?
Oh, probably not. In general, it's just like I mean, assuming the parents around is just like, yeah, I don't know. It's just
No,
along the lines like,
I didn't
Look,
check
you
for
find
that.
the parent, you
You
look at them
really
and say,
doing
either you
that?
slap your kid or I'll do it.
Yeah, it's just like,
I did not scan for
I would
parent, but
recommend you
considering
discipline your child because many people I know are not going to be as nice as I am and tell you this. They're going to hit your child.
yeah, well, that's the thing. The parent must not have been watching the child because I picked up a child and swiped it on my face like a napkin, and I didn't hear someone go,
You know
"What
what?
the fuck are you doing?"
I mean, you could also just look at the kid in the eyes and say, Santa isn't real.
I mean, someone spit in my fucking face. That kid should be happy I didn't punch him.
Look, emotional damage sometimes is better than physical damage. Just need to make sure you hit the right emotion.
If that kid's spitting at strangers in the face, I don't think that kid cares about Santa. He's not getting presents from Santa.
I mean, you
Also, like,
say that, but
He's getting presents from his
in
nowadays-
Harry
parents.
Potter, you can be a bitch and your parents will still fucking give you shit.
No, my innocent chat. What have you done to them?
What do you say?
Chat said, Santa's not real? What?
Yeah, okay.
Crazy.
I'm gonna head on out.
Yeah.
See you, Kieran.
See it.
Goodbye.
Oh, I don't know if I told you, the old man thing happened at a Walmart. So that also helps add to the fire of, like, what kind of the people are these.
A lot of stories happening at Walmart.
Oh, the fucking first one was I was just walking around my neighborhood.
I mean, yeah, but you've told other stories, and somehow many of them end up, if not in Walmart, close to it.
I guess a lot of things do happen at Walmart. It's the PvP zone of my neighborhood. But I point out, like, I have these fucking violent reactions to strangers because I've just gone through so much. Dude, in my fucking college days, somebody came at me with, like, a fucking knife, like a fucking, like, what is this, like, 6-inch blade, and, I kicked them in the wrist, and, immediately, they dropped the blade, because, you know, I'm wearing steel-toed boots, and, I was much more flexible back in my younger days. Anyways, I kicked them in the wrist because it's like dark out and they can't see, and then immediately some guys start running at me. But instead of me like squaring up, I hear them going, "It's just a prank! It's just a prank! See, I have a video," and he's holding his phone, waving at her. "We're just pranking you, bro!" And like the one guy's holding his hand, "I think you broke it. I'm gonna sue." And then I'm like, "You came at me with a blade." And he goes, "Oh, it was just a prank," and they ran off. And my mom, when I called her, like, this fucking weird thing happened. I've told you this story, right? The guys that came at me with the blade.
I don't. Maybe it might have been a long time ago.
I know I told the D&D group, like, the night it happened. Like, guys, some fucking crazy. Some people came at me with a blade and
Well,
started
this
saying it
is
was a
when
blade.
you
Yeah, this
you were
was
in college, so
yeah 6 years
no,
ago.
this was
8 maybe. Yeah,
six.
maybe
No,
8-9 years
when I
ago maybe.
when I joined you, you had just left because you had just gotten hurt. So it's closer to 9 to 10 years since you.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty much the extent of the story. But it's just still the fact where it's like, somebody came at me with a fucking knife, and anyways, my mom was just like, they were probably actually trying to rob me, but they had his friend on the side in case someone fought back, and that way they could say it was the
Yeah.
prank and not get in trouble.
Plausible deniability kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just fucking flabbergasted. It worked, I guess, because I was stunned. Like, I didn't attack them any further. I was just staring at them as they just kept. It's a prank in like unison, like picking up the knife and backing off. And "You hurt my wrist. You came at me with a knife. It was a prank." Like, it's a power word. I just couldn't respond to it at the time.
I mean,
Oh, we're
yes,
stunned.
I'll just say the thing: if it was actually a prank, they got lucky that you're not from Texas, because in other place in the U.S., you would have gotten shot
It was like
multiple times.
North Carolina, so yeah, I couldn't have a gun out on the street anyways about being one of the other gangsters there. I don't think North Carolina allows students to conceal carry. Let me check.
To be fair, considering what they did, and considering it's nighttime, you probably could be open carried, and you'd only notice once they get shot.
Oh, well, I'll be fucking dipped. Apparently North Carolina does allow concealed carry guns. Oh,
Maybe it's good for you to
Like,
know.
so guys, I shot someone. Well, apparently I can carry a gun, so I had one and I got assaulted.
That was one of those things where it's like, North Carolina won't let me have. It's ridiculous then if those guys were pranking people with a fucking blade and it's a concealed carry state.
They're retarded. If that's the case, they're retarded.
But yeah, like oh, go on.
So yesterday I had a cousin here for dinner, and when she asked, like, hey, do you want to hear something? I just looked at her and said, like, she had the news like, oh, someone died, and she answered me yes. And apparently, the guy that used to date her mother, he got involved in drug making and dealing, and according to what she heard from everyone around, because she went to spend time with her mother, so she was around for it. Him, who basically drove, and the guy that was making cocaine, decided to play with a gun, and he got shot and killed, supposedly from playing.
Yeah.
That's why you don't touch a firearm if you don't know how to use it.
No, yeah,
Pretty much.
that was one of the points. Because first of all, we obviously she's saying like, oh, from what everyone said, there was a discussion. This should not have been, like a fight or an execution. And by what she described, how the guy got shot, I also doubted because he got shot from like the shoulder towards the chest and out through the arm, so like a weird diagonal. But her point was she kept doing the point because I guess the guy is smart enough to make cocaine, but I don't know how hard that is once you get the materials. She was also telling that the guy was to them for other things, but then she was saying that you should be smart enough to know to yield again. And I'm just there like, no, the guy's retarded.
Yeah. I mean, just to explain my tough guy stories, like I said, a lot of them are from cherry picked moments because, as I said, a lot of the moments are just me staring at people because people don't typically come at you with such aggressive energy. But I
Yeah.
just want to reiterate, a lot of it is because like at college, someone came at me with a knife. Like after I go through so many events, I just become really fucking like numb and willing to jump straight to violence on answers on things because it fucking works. Every time you're nice to somebody, it does not work. Like I was being nice to the legal guy. Remember that conversation last week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
A couple of days ago, I got a call from some people saying that I missed my appointment because they moved it up like I requested. And I got really aggressive on the phone with them going, I did not. You called, asking, telling me if I want to move up, and I said no. I'm still coming in, or am I just going to have to go see another doctor? And they said, oh, okay, like, I just started, I came off as aggressive on that, and they went straight to people pleasing. So that's the thing, is like, yeah, maybe they would have been nice to me if I was nice to them there, but the fact that they just came at me with the, you missed your appointment? What the hell, dude? Fuck you, I did not. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, that is very much like it depends on who you're talking to, kind of deal. Because I say this, David, because I am the people you're talking to. I am like those people essentially. So I kind of don't respond well to people fucking threatening my job over the phone.
I didn't
I'll do way
threaten,
less for you.
I didn't threaten their job, I just said I wouldn't go to that doctor.
I know. So it's to the point of I don't. Most people in my line of work don't react well to like being screamed at, but I do understand your point.
I wasn't screaming, I
I-
was just giving them the angry tone, but yeah. I want to point that out because I understand there are people who will scream on the phone, you know what I mean?
They do.
That's the
They
thing.
sure.
Sometimes, for as annoying it is, you do need to be more, let's say, assertive for a different word. Because I still remember every time I called, like, because of internet issues, and they would always tell me the same things. Then someone else would tell me a different thing, and then the guy would come to fix it, and it's like, there's no problem. And I was just there, like, either fucking get an actual answer or stop having me call, like, every 6 months, because you never fix the problem. And you always somehow find a way to tell me it's my fault when you guys are the ones, that place the materials and all that.
Chat's asking me if I have like late night Waffle House stories. No, not really. Every time I've ever been to a Waffle House or like a Huddle House or anywhere else that's like notorious around my area for like people getting in fights at night, it's just been a pleasant experience. Like I have not gone into a Waffle House and had like 40 fucking people start throwing chairs at me. Like everyone just fucking keeps to themselves. It's great.
David is he goes against stereotypes.
Yeah, I caught like problems form around me, but through the double negative of Waffle House and me existing at the same point, we turn it into a Denny's.
Yeah. I just because right.
That's why when I, a negative, walked into an IHOP, I turned into IHOP for a short amount of time. Sorry, what were you saying?
Because right now my function at my job, I am basically in a purely how to say this. My current function in my job is purely informative because when dealing with companies through the phone, we basically can't do jack shit for them. So I get a lot of people complains like, "What do you mean? Can you do nothing?" And the amount of times that it's like, "No, we cannot. We cannot absolutely do anything for you. I don't even know why you're calling us." I really just want to say that to them, but I can't.
I mean,
The
fair
man
enough.
stops me.
I mean, in regards to the people calling me about me missing the appointment, I don't think it's like your job exactly, Joe. Like it's those people that
It's not.
manage the they're like the secretaries of the doctor or whatever. Like they fucked up and they're telling me that I was the one that's like no. So again, maybe they it just accepted it, like the guy said. Maybe if I wasn't firm with them, they would have just made me wait another like 3 months. Or maybe one of them was aware that they had fucked up and that if I caused a stink, that it might have led to a real issue with them or something. Why did this guy can't? This is the thing. You would think that it would be easy enough for them just to go, all right, go find another doctor, and when the doctor goes, hey, where did this appointment go? Oh, well, he said he cancels. Just lie to him. But maybe their calls are recorded. I don't know.
I mean, I believe, unless your guys are different, I do believe by law they are. Even if not by them, I believe most calls a lot of calls are technically recorded, whether it's for local or in other places, even if it's just temporary.
I don't know, because
I guess I don't know how the US is, but I doubt they're not forced to start them.
I'm not sure at to where the law begins on things like that, because I understand like it's for a doctor's office, but like the one doctor that calls us, like I'm not trying to like make fun of her per se, but like she's got like such a thick accent and English is clearly not her first language, that when she calls, like when I tell like Dad, you need to listen to her so you understand what I go through, like my father laughs because he understands that like listening to her speak is insane. So like you would think that if like all the calls are recorded, that some person that's going through things and making sure things are on the up and up would just listen to anything this lady says and goes, "Sir, you've got to speak to someone that can actually form English sentences." You know what I mean?
That's preposterous. Why would you
Like,
do that?
Like again, I'm not trying
I mean,
to
it's the thing,
explicitly make fun of her. She is English. If English is not her first language, I assume, then she's doing better than me. But if that is her first language, then she's butchered it very good.
Yeah, I think it may be the thing of like, damn, it's hard to speak with her. Then he looks at the report while people are still going to her as a doctor and no one has died yet, so it's working.
Actually,
It
what's
may just be
most
sometimes
impressive?
it's such a-
What's most impressive about her to me is Doctor Hater, as I call him, is he has fired other nurses for speaking back to him, but I have heard him, and I say speaking back to him because basically whenever I go there, like I slowly hear the nurses grow in contempt for working for him because he'll say or demand things that they've done already or can't do because he hasn't approved the other things for them, and they'll speak back to him, and I hear him kind of like, that is not the way you should be speaking to me. I am a doctor, and you are simply an attending, or whatever he says to them. But when she says it, she'll just go, "No, we don't have that," and he just goes, "Okay," like he just accepts her, like responding, however.
I'm starting to put the prosody. Oh, they fucking.
That was the first thing I was thinking.
See, I thought maybe they might have been married or having an affair or something. Yeah, that doctor definitely has a god complex because when I talked to him, that doctor god complex is what something Chad said, by the way. That doctor,
Yeah.
when I went there, my blood pressure and like numbers keep going down because I was exercising, trying to prove to him that I didn't need the pills and stuff. Like I just got fat and lazy because I've been getting older and blah blah. Like let me start working out again and I'll get good. And my numbers have been going down. And he will say stuff where it's just like your blood pressure is completely fine, but unfortunately your health is perfect, but you're still overweight. So I'm going to ascribe more medicine to you that will help promote weight loss. Where I'm like, I don't need weight loss, man.
David, I'm starting to believe that guy really just gets a huge cut every time he sells that one, so he's literally just
probably.
giving it to everyone.
Yeah,
Because it's also
probably.
reminding me, this is like private, also, we have public. This, what I'm going to tell, it's on a private one, because my sister
Yeah. The fact that
and
he
her
gets
husband, either,
a
I don't
cut.
know if they pay or if they just have it as a bonus from something, but they went once just to like a normal, status. And here's the thing, my sister's husband, he works out, he's fit, he has muscle, so of course he's heavy.
Yeah.
But he's not unhealthy. He went there, and when, I don't know if it was the nurse or the doctor, was checked like, oh, you need to be careful, you're about to reach, the obese, weight. And they said they first thought it was a joke, because he's obviously not. But she was that serious, and even when he did the joke of like, oh, give me a few months and I'll be there, because it was still, bulking up, she was like, oh my god, don't, you shouldn't be obese, that's bad for your health. And it's like, I guess
Yeah,
even
exactly. It's
some
I
people
mean,
are just stupid
my dad talked
sometimes.
about, like, in the military, there were people that were, like, almost 0% body fat, that they were, like, completely jacked, but because they were, like, short, they would have to, like, run tracks for hours to sweat out weight so that they could be not considered obese by the military standards because of their weight and size.
Yeah, that's the problem when you only check size, which is you forget that muscle is heavier than fat. So
Well, yeah, he was Chad. He was trying to like sweat out like because that was like pretty much the only way he could lose, short of like losing muscle mass, which
yeah,
it's
which I
not
assume
something
he
you
didn't
want
want
to
to,
do.
because then he just goes down on fitness. Like, who the fuck wants to be weaker on purpose?
Yeah, man. If you're like a 5 foot like one, Arnold Schwarzenegger, you might as well like accept that you're jacked. I don't know. But yeah, I will say I was unhealthy when I first went to the doctor because like my A1C was insane. Like, I was basically pissing sugar or something. But again, it's like I told him, like, I was lazy, I've been drinking soda every day. I just cut that out, start exercising before I even like started taking the medicine. Like it dropped in fat in half. And he's just like, yeah, but that's still over the number. Take this medicine. I'm like, oh, Jesus. So I mean I'm taking the medicine, but like it really has just not fucking moved. So it's just upsetting him. And then he canceled an appointment on me because one day before my appointment, he began vacationing after 3 months ago setting up an appointment with me, and I got a phone call from them, like, in the middle of the night when I was sleeping, telling me that this was happening, so we drove over, and, he wasn't there, and, as I listened to the fucking recording, it's like, we'll call you back when I'm back from vacation, to, assign, like, what's the word? Schedule a new meeting or whatever. Yeah, it's been like 3 months already. First off, I know he's out of vacation. He probably wants me to call him, but who cares? The thing is he is still just approving the medicine. Like I go to the pharmacy and they're like, we need to send a thing to your doctor to have it continually filled. And I'm like, all right, message him, and then he just accepts the filling of it. So who
Yeah,
cares?
because every time it happens, like, ooh, an extra $20 on my account.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm pretty sure you have a shit doctor, like in every way.
To be fair, he's a free
The
doctor.
only reason, I'll just say, the only reason you can at least be sure he's not killing you is if you die, he can get more money from you buying medicine. So at least he has that interest.
To be fair, I have like a free medical thing paying for him for me, so
You also don't care.
yeah, I don't care.
Great, you reach the equilibrium where the guy wants you alive because you give money, and you're not the one paying him, so you don't care.
I mean, he had to have done something good because, I have to go to the doctor and I see I'm unhealthy. I should really work out more and not eat as bad. But then, he just ignores me as a patient. And we're just going to do this and we're going to stab you with things. And I'm like, all right. So I don't need to work out and
I think that's just
eat
you
well.
wanting to prove him wrong.
Yeah, that's
sure
pretty much.
do love to stab my patients.
It was spite, but it definitely is like I'm not working out as much as I should, and I'm still drinking soda now and then because I really shouldn't. I should just be drinking water, but like, You know, I had a glass of tea, which doesn't sound bad, but that shit's got syrup and like corn syrup in it. You know, the fucking Arizona tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although to defend my eating habits, like fucking everything has corn syrup in it now.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, you guys put that in everything.
I started to cut a bit on the soda. I started now drinking some the gamer sub things. That's the gamer cell.
The gamer stuff. I mean, I've seen obviously because everyone fucking advertised it for us. Hey, gamer subs, give me a free bottle of a woman going ah on it, and I'll advertise for you. Also don't send me that one. I don't want that one. That's the fucking one I keep seeing.
Specifically, I try to choose the ones that don't look like this because I don't live alone. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
You know, like I go to the gamer subs site right now, and I'm just hit by huge anime titties.
Yeah, we need to hope someday they make the husband version, so you can buy that one. So every time your family does the classic, you know, calling you gay, you just pull out the cup.
So,
Yeah,
for example, like I had to
like,
choose a
I cannot
bottle
use this in
carefully.
public. I cannot use this in public.
Yeah.
For example, David, here it is. Like I had to choose a bottle carefully, so I bought that one. There. See, it's just that.
I've just gotten a message from gamer subs right now. Like, we called it and they've summoned. Do you have any questions? Do you have any bottles that don't have half-naked ladies on it?
Yes,
they do. I just showed you.
Oh, well, I've already sent them a message in Twitch.
No, but as you can see, that's the one I bought because it's I don't live alone, so I need something that doesn't.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure most people who buy
I'm
those
a huge
ones, if nothing else, they are. It's a thing of, you know, people don't enter my room without knocking. It's safe kind of deal, or they just don't care. There's always two options.
Well, the other thing, for example, David, is the flavors I bought. I bought it was a 3-pack of the things that they sell the least. The worst that I've only tasted 2 of them. Now, there's one called energy drink. That the packaging itself is not offensive at all, but it doesn't taste good.
The packet might not be, but the flavor is.
I'd like to point out that after I sent this gamer subs Twitch message thing, because it whispered at me if I had any questions, again, they just fucking descended. They have now logged off after I sent my message.
Funny.
I just like because that either means that Twitch is listening to you and he has a deal with the gamer subs bot, or I don't know.
It's true, I might have gotten a gamer subs bot. Like, we just said gamer subs and the fucking bot turned on.
Yeah, but which makes me like, okay, so I mean, I guess you are streaming, so yes, Twitch has access to your mic, but I guess it's giving it to some people.
Yeah, they're just not in the chat anymore. Funny.
So, yeah, I'm trying to see because I think this flavor is so ass that they're trying to eliminate it from their own thing. But the thing is, I bought the 3-pack. One of them, it was this thing called energy drink, which is just whatever. But then there's one that I'm actually enjoying, David, because it's essentially watermelon flavor. But it's called Thigh Crusher.
Yeah, that's the thing. I really don't think I could be using most any gamer subs thing in like a public household.
Yeah, like, but this is the thing. Thigh Crusher is fortunately one of the less offensive ones. Even then,
I remember
for you to
Russian Badger.
Remove the image.
Yeah. He has Guacamole Gamer Fight 9000.
Yeah, fart. But yeah, that's the thing. Even that, I feel like people would give me like dirty looks about. Like, why do we have a food called fart?
You can get Goof Juice from Moist Critical.
Yeah. I think it's alright that I don't drink any gamer stuff unless you gamer stuff bot want to come back and offer me something. I mean, Joe's already come up with a good flavor. I believe he named it. This flavor is so ass. We're trying to get rid of it.
Second, I guess.
Yeah. Everyone disconnected.
Oh, everyone disconnected. I thought hopefully Twitch
Yeah.
still picked up. I was telling the
I think
gamer
this was
sub
Discord,
bots.
so you should be fine.
I was saying I don't drink any gamer subs, and given the flavors and stuff, I think it's fine that I don't. But then I said unless the bot wants to come back and offer me a flavor or something, because you've already named the one we'll be using. This flavor is so ass. We're trying to get rid of it.
I also have no interest in drinking this because I just drink water during the day, and I only drink something else when it's for like eating. So dinner, lunch, and if I have any other meal during the day.
So to be fair, I don't like drinking soda because it's sweet, although that's kind of why I like drinking Arizona tea. I like drinking soda because it's carbonated, and I've drinking plenty of just carbonated water. But you know, people get fucking greedy, so the carbonated water I used to drink for cheap has gotten like, oh, you want to drink the same thing for 5 times as much? I'm like, no. At that point, I might as well just buy actual soda that has more things in it. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, this is the thing is I like Pepsi a lot, but because of the extra sugars and all that, I basically bought this to cut on that because this is a lot less caloric, it has a lot less sugars, but it still gives me the energy and the caffeine that I normally drink to why I drink the Pepsi during game time.
Yeah,
I have the luck / unluck that I'm immune to caffeine, and by that I mean caffeine just makes me calm. I don't feel energy from it, so I have no dependency on it.
yeah. Like, what's this? It's like $5 for a 12-pack here. I can get a 12-pack of Dr Pepper for $3.50. You know what I mean? Like,
350?
yeah, $3.50. So that's what I'm saying. Like, well, I'd rather just drink Dr Pepper. Besides, Dr Pepper, if you guys are looking for a sponsor, I'll sponsor the shit out of Dr Pepper. It's basically my favorite soda now.
So
You need to at
long.
least become affiliated to get a sponsor.
I technically am affiliated. I just haven't given them a PayPal number.
That doesn't count then.
Yeah, I know. Hey, chat, thanks to you and probably some of these people actually sticking around inside of the chat, I can become affiliated. I'm not doing that because I really don't need you to donate me $20 and then me go, oh, I'm sorry, I can't actually get any of that until you've donated at least $177. Like, fuck it, I'll just wait until we have more people so that when I eventually do get donations, it can actually go to my horrible sparkling water habit.
Like I told you, you can just set up a independent from Twitch donation link.
Yeah, I could.
Even if it's never used, you can have it.
Yeah, I could.
The only danger is if you use things like PayPal, is the people that do the chargebacks and they set you into that. So people
Yeah, I
usually don't
could.
do that.
That's mostly why I haven't been doing that.
Yeah.
I also
I
don't
think
need
there are
anyone
other ways,
to do
but that's
anything,
from
any silly shit where they donate me 1 penny and then the fucking people go, we are taking 3 cents out of your account. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I believe people usually when they do that, they use other services because I think, for example, I think it's Stream Elements or something like OBS, but this one is paid. I believe they have their own way to do that, which avoids that, but it's it's a paid service, an add-on.
Fair enough.
Yeah, the chat's saying I should go to Kick. But the thing is I don't think Kick will give any money to their #1 D&D streamer.
I'm pretty sure
Well,
they have
Kick-
others.
Kick
And
does give stupid money for no reason, to be honest.
Yeah, the
Does
thing
it?
about Kick is that
I
on
just find
Kick,
it funny that. Well, that's a good thing I'm
David,
not affiliate with Twitch yet. I'm open on the market.
Okay, David, I'm gonna say now the joke. If we stream Lijimonadd on Kick versus Twitch, I could make a slot machine for whenever we have to roll like loot tables, like and full on slot machine. Kick would probably be more likely to give you extra money because there's some gambling happening, while Twitch would probably ban you for having even a fake slot machine for the ND.
You fake gambling in game. Let's go
David.
gambling. Ah, darn! It just cuts to this stream is no longer available.
Also, now that I say this, I kind of do just
David.
want to make a slot machine with the options
Kick,
for the things.
Kick would fucking give you money for saying wretched.
Yeah.
Maybe I should go to Kick. This is
Here's the thing.
a tempting
Kick
offer.
is the funny thing because Kick has a lot of problems even in terms of morality, but at least in terms of letting you do like quote unquote whatever the fuck you want, it does that. Like that's the reason why it's mostly compared to Twitch and such. Because Twitch keeps banning people left and right. They're like, fuck morals. I need to work, so I'll go to a place that won't, randomly ban me, and I'm out of a job now.
Well, the number one thing would be is if I stream on Kick, does it have a way for me to upload to YouTube easily?
I mean, probably. From
Yeah,
what I
I'd have to
saw.
check.
Yeah, I mean, you can create an account and do a test stream very easy. Because from what
Yeah.
I saw, it's pretty much Twitch in terms of even layouts up to a degree. So they probably just use the same API.
You can't upload videos. Use YouTube for that. So
I
you
mean, yeah,
need
but
to
that's
use the YouTube thing.
No, that's uploading there. It's not saying uploading on Quick. It's saying grab the VOD and send it to YouTube.
Yeah, as opposed
Mm-hmm.
to even if there's like a VOD, I don't want to like have to download it in case the recording craps out like it did tonight. So
it's a thing
like
on Twitch. You can
Twitch
just
has
go
a
to the
very
VOD.
I could just click on it and
Yeah,
send
and
it.
there's an option to just send to YouTube. He's not uploading it on Twitch. He's just sending the VOD from Twitch to YouTube directly. The question is if Kick has a VOD system, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, it is at least. Can you download VODs? That's literally the question.
Like I said, we can do a test stream later. Anyways, yep. What a very long after game chat with me admitting that I've bullied a child, although they deserved it, and I bullied the elderly, even though they've deserved it. So if I don't come back tomorrow, know that the police have got me.
Yeah. Well, talk to you guys tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah.
See you in 5 minutes. Paige was talking about to the chat by the time that all of our videos on one thing was taken away because they said wretched is a word that the way we were using it is a stand-in for a lesser than species, and therefore we are promoting racism, that we are essentially using slurs in a concealed way. Even though it was like, these people are literally human and they're just born under the wrong star. Like, it wasn't a racism thing.
Cursed.
Yeah, they were cursed. Like, the players could have been wretched and, like, fought against the norm and show how they were good, but I guess as soon as I showed that there were a bunch of bandits that were wretched, I was perpetuating the stereotype. But, like, honestly, what do you want those people to do? Like, they're born to only know how to, like, destroy. Everything they grow is withered. Like, they're not allowed to craft. Like, they're literally punished for living. So, at a certain point, yeah, they do what I would do, and they would start fighting against the better fortunate, because how dare they?
Well, if they're not so bad, why do the wretched do 80% of the crime?
Yeah, right. Well, you guys even came across Wretched, where they were like homeless and trying to be good people, and sure, some people threw coins at them, but it was just the fact where it's like, it's not a fair life to be born into.
Yeah. Also, I don't think we ever ran into them. We just mentioned they exist.
No, you fought a bunch of them. The bandits?
No, I'm saying the ones that were just asking for money, not being violent. I think the only wretched we saw were the bandit ones. We never saw a non-bandit wretched.
You saw a non-bad Wretched. It's just, I was gonna just say, hey, they have the tattoo of a Wretched, and we would carry on.
Yeah, it's happened. They were set dressing.
Yeah, they weren't main characters. They weren't things you really talked to. I mean, you could have talked to them. You could have said, hello, what's up, my Wretched? But you didn't, thankfully.
My red shot.
Yeah. Oh, the hard D. But yeah, that's the thing, is like, I find it absurd that some YouTube moderator randomly came across and said it's a thin veil of racism, where it's like, if you want to view it in a racist light, you can still view it as like, these people are fighting against a life worse, like, it's positive even. Like, even if they're the bad guys in some context, if you look at it from the angle where it's like, these people have to do this or they die, like, and they're choosing to survive. Like, life is not full of black and white. They are living in a gray line. I've already done that.
Do that here.
Or the thing of claim you're black, we have a black guy, and that's the only reason why the N-word can be said sometimes, and we haven't been banned from it.
Yeah, because I literally got a video taken down once when they said that the N-word was used. And I was just like, that's a black guy. Are you telling me that I should be telling him what he is and isn't allowed to say? And then suddenly the video is back up. And we laughed about that. Remember that time,
It's a
Joe
shame
and
our
Pedro?
wretches are not real, because otherwise, when they did that to all the VODs, you could have gone like, "Are you telling my wretched friend cannot consent to the wretched being used, and you, a non-wretched being?"
Yeah, I
can
really
tell him
should have
he's
just been
not
like, YouTube moderator, look at Pedro. Not Pedro's character, Pedro. Look at me and tell me that Wretched is not a people.
Damn.
I think that happened before my swapped character, so I wasn't a wretched yet.
Actually, that's not true.
That's not what I said, Pedro.
Peter can program. He has showed that he can program. He cannot be a wretched.
But see, he can program, but he has never been shown to actually create something with that program.
Yes, he did.
Just let me make the
He,
joke.
he-
Alright.
no, he created the glitch, David. It's
Yeah.
inaccurate.
Did he create the glitch, or did he create a heavily weighted in his favor glitch?
Considering most of the times I don't get anything useful, I think you know the answer.
Yeah.
Well, you
Don't forget that
created
the same session I got the best result possible, the +4 strength. I then got a -4 strength like two rolls later.
David, this is the thing. You created the weights for him to put on the scale, okay?
Yeah,
You
but
just put them on.
that's besides the point. Who here utilized the weights? Who here made bleed DPS limit breaks and then complained that bleed isn't good?
To be fair, I was also going to say, like, if we know a wretched, we know who it is. But
that's what I was leaning towards with that last comment, yeah. The most wretched of them all. Mr. I roll 2 nat 1s a session.
it is wretched luck.
I mean, my wretched luck was that I had a fucking power outage and then my internet died after I came back on. Like, we're all just really unlucky people.
Yeah, we're just unlike in different ways.
Also, I started to think by this pace, in like 10 sessions, we're finally going to meet Kato. Like this.
No, we don't want to meet him right now, I can tell you that.
I mean, more in the sense, I feel like this entire thing has been progressing very slow.
Yeah.
Mostly because we keep doing walks in and out, like back and forth from the camp.
Well, that's
Well, 'cause-
why
'cause
we're
we
gonna
care.
have a speed up next session. If you guys just keep to the, we're just gonna continuously check on things. I'll just give me a couple rolls. We'll give you a brief summary of what happened thing, and then we carry on.
I think as a party, we have learned that half-assing jobs really doesn't give us the best benefit, and normally every time we half-ass something, it goes very wrong.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's a bad thing we're doing it. I'm just saying it's making this take a longest
No.
time.
But to finish what I think, we have also learned that full-assing something with no information will give us a worse ending even. Like what happened at Shadow Scar, or like what happened at the other place. Every time we need to be careful, because if we enter a two-minute immortal, we know we're going to wake him up. We know we're going to fuck it up.
I mean, you've heard
I'm
the
not just
Rebuta
mentioning,
rumor that there's...
consider my
oh,
character is on the path of becoming, at least towards going an immortal. I just imagine as soon as I make my base, you're somehow going to break something in there. Just because, like, guys,
Yeah.
I got immortality, and just he fucking blows up, like, ow.
This is what's gonna happen. Like, we're going to visit Codex. I'm going to accidentally trip on the door frame, and I'm going to fall into his room, and he's gonna wake up, and he's just gonna look at me and power word scrunch me to death. It's like every time with Immortals. I'm going to meet Fang, and Fang's like, this pleases me, and I'm just gonna go up and smoke.
Yeah.
I still like that I'm going to quote unquote have to fight myself between, will my first mythic level be something useful or becoming fucking, well, immortal as in, not aging?
Something useful, please.
I'm just thinking of all my little Anki stories, and I'm thinking of the one that happened in college where some girl stole my chair. It was like culinary college, so you have to like take chairs out of a rack and set them down. So I take a chair, I go grab something that's needed for the teacher, and I see her take my chair, and she sits on it, and they're like stools. Just to I'll explain how I picked this up. So she's like, it's my chair. I didn't take your chair. It's my chair. I'm like, I saw you take it. She goes, well, what are you gonna do? Take it back? And I go, okay. So I lift up the chair of her in it, and I hear the entire class losing their shit, going, what are you doing? What are you doing? And she's screaming, ah! And I set her down at my spot, like 2 feet away, and the teacher makes me stand outside, and people are like, what the hell's your problem, David? But then she also immediately says, I'm gonna hire somebody to kill you. So fucking whatever. She didn't.
Very uncool.
Yeah, but I'm a man and she's a woman, so I was in the wrong. But she also screamed that she was going to hire somebody to kill me, so the school ignored that that it happened.
So what you need to say outside of school, so there's no witness, is do it. Because then when I kill that guy, I know who I need to go after.
I mean, I had a guy come to me at my dorm, and I just I opened the door, saw who it was, I started closing the door, and he put his foot in between, trying to be like, yeah, it's not gonna work. So I just put more force on the thing, and he goes, stop it, my foot, and I stopped it, and I'm like, what do you want? And he goes, I came here to apologize on her behalf. I'm like, okay. Like, that guy had the demeanor of I was going to. Yeah, I hurt his foot, so he was like,
"All right." Foot on the door, and then saying something that looks like a threat, a threat versus the I just want to talk or something more civilized. Usually results in more force.
Yeah, no, he tried to do the I saw this in TV. I'm cool, and didn't realize that I can just make the door shut on his foot. But also, I didn't want to get in more trouble, so like I said, I stopped it as soon as he started screaming to stop it. So. I just told him, don't put your foot in my doorway, and that one, what do you want? I wanted to apologize. I'm not here to beat you up. I doubt it. Again,
if you are, it's starting bad for you.
I need to. This is the thing. I really don't want to come off of the I see bread road. It just happens. But I am an angry little boy now. And I am 6'3", so I'm really not intimidated by most people.
Also, the fact she sent someone to apologize, it's either A, she's too scared to send someone, or B, it's she either does it in person or I don't care.
This is one of the guys she was fucking. This is something we knew.
So so she sent the boyfriend either to apologize or to kick your ass, and then he saw your size and he changed the tone.
Yeah, he came here to beat me up, and then when I opened the door, and he's like, she sent me, and I just started closing the door, and he put his foot in the doorway. He came here to, fight me or something for her lady's honor. But, after his, foot got hurt, he decided to switch to I'm here to apologize. I'm like, that's not what it looked like. But, again, I was, tired, too, so I'm playing this up so much because my actual answer makes me come off like an emo guy, where I just go, yeah, okay, sure, whatever. Because, again, when you are in a culinary school and you fucking are, awake for 15 hours and someone wakes you up at, in the middle of the night to go, yeah, I'm here to talk to you about this girl. I'm like,
Yeah, fair.
But also, I mean, looking back on it, I probably should be scared because this random dickwad found out where I lived. That means somebody that lived nearby. It was, yeah, it's the dorm rooms, but it means somebody that was within my vicinity fucking told on me. Yeah, I know David, he lives here. You know what I mean?
Yes, it's a college. Even if it's someone with no bad intentions, there's still fucking idiots around there.
I should
it's not
instead
quote-unquote art.
I should instead relish the more cool stories, when I was in a pool tournament in college and I was losing super hard, and then people are getting mad at me, yelling make your move already, you've already lost, and I did a pool cue jump where instead of hitting if I hit the ball, I was next to the corner pocket the ball I had to hit the cue ball, and the opponent's ball was in front of it, and I wasn't allowed to move it or you lose. So I did a jump over the pool cue ball and hit my ball. It didn't go in, but I at least hit the right thing. And it went from everyone telling me, fucking make your move, you're wasting our time, to, holy shit, that was awesome, how'd you do that? And, I mean, I still lost, because the guy had a better lead than me. But, You know, that was the talk of the tournament. People were not talking about how someone won. They talked about how I did a cool maneuver, and then it was also, how'd you do that? Oh, I just hit it from this angle. Oh. People were so disappointed to hear that answer.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Even if you did it fully on purpose, it's like, I know this strategy. It is still technically like, if you hit the right spot, it moves like this. Why?
I did do it on purpose. I was trying to find the right spot to, like, hit it and to jump over the ball and hit my ball. Which apparently took, like, 8 minutes because I'm bad at it.
I'm saying more in the sense this is something you actually, trained.
Oh, yeah, no, this was just me applying mathematics.
Yeah, I'm more implying, like, even if it's something that you trained, it's like, an actual skill, and versus just, you did the math, and the math was right enough for it to at least do the jump.
Oh, yeah, like, somebody good at pool would have just done it immediately, yeah.
Yeah, and it's still the point that, in the end, it's still, like I said, it's math, it's just that they do it enough where they are consistent, and that's why they're professionals. Because they are consistently good at doing those things.
That's what I mean, like, the stories I find more interesting in sharing are the stories where I either, like, berate somebody or, like, something happened, because, like, the pool ball story is cool for one moment, and then it immediately goes to the, like, people are asking me how I did it. Well, I just did this, and I applied mathematics so it could jump over it, and everyone's just like, oh, like, what the fuck did you want the answer to be? Like, I used voodoo? What? Like, people were so disappointed to hear that I just hit it at an angle to make it jump. And again, I lost that, so I don't even think it's a good story to share.
If this was something you were good at, you probably would have lost.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's like if I was bowling or something, like if I bowl an almost perfect game, like maybe there's a cool story to it, but if it's just like I threw the ball down the lane, just aim the pins and try and get strikes, and people just go, oh, it's like, well, again, what is the exciting answer to I almost bowled a perfect game, right?
Yeah, the most interesting part is if the person actually is interested in the sport, game, etc. Because then even the basic things like, I'm interested, I want to know, what was the angle, there's going a bit to the left, what it changes, more that, the technical, but that's for people who like the thing, so they want to be technical. Using the bowling example, a person that is good at bowling, they can basically, not every time, but they can be very consistent sending the ball the right way, because it's a ball going through the same place every time. There's not that much variation. Assuming it's a good lane.
Yeah, but I'm just kind of saying, and like when people ask you how you do a certain trick in a sport, and it's just like it's hand-eye coordination. Like you have to know what you're doing, or you in the pool case or the bowling case, like because you have time to analyze. Like it's just applying mathematics. Like if I roll a bowling bit ball down a lane and I have it jump into the next lane to make a strike, it looks cool and everything. But if someone asks how it's done, and I say, yeah, you roll it like this and you throw it, and they just go, oh, well, it's like, oh, I answered you. I mean, what am I supposed to do?
You saying all this just reminds me of this scene from The Office. Sorry, not from The Office, Parks and Rec. Because basically, for who doesn't know, this scene is he literally put those sunglasses in that head because he is throwing the ball in that way where you like put you stretch your legs to the side and then you just throw it with both hands down the middle. And he did the perfect game like that. So he's embarrassed of having to do it like that because he saw someone that he considers a wimp do a perfect game. It's like he's like, well, damn, it works.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is a thing. Technically, there are tricks. And it's like if you want to learn, it's like yes, it may just be reaction sets, but there are tricks in the sense of if you keep them using football, for example. If you use this side of the foot, it's easier to do this because more area, more control. There's a trick to it, but it's still mostly coordination.
I was going to say, like, if some sort of move on your tippy toes makes you a better basketball player, you'd see everyone on your tippy toes. But you know what? That's wrong, because I actually remember a documentary about, like, the guy with the best free throw line thing, about how he does an underhanded shot, and he makes, like, most of his things, and how everyone that's, like, cool uses the over, because they don't want to be seen using the underhand shot. That's a granny shot. It's wimpy. And how some really big people have, like, shitty free throw records, but then they switch to the underhand throw based on like their coaches demanding them that they do it, and how their free throw record, like their accuracy, shoots up like incredibly high. Like they get it every time, but they'll go back to overhand throws the next season because they would rather have a shittier score than have their ego bruised about doing the shitty thing, you know?
Yeah.
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 So, yeah, it's just something that's, yeah, maybe there is a better way to play some sports, but people won't do it because it looks goofy.
Except slam ball. There's no good way to play slam ball.
Yeah, what's slam ball? Look at this.
That's a sport that you people created, which is basically basketball on trampolines. The 3-point shot is 2 points, and dunks are 3 points.
All
And
right,
it's
I see.
basically it's basically people crashing into each other in the air.
Yeah, well, you say you people have such disdain, but you know what? This sport looks fucking cool, so thanks.
No. Let's say you people because it's one of the most American sports I can think of.
Yeah.
I don't know, whenever I think of like sports that come out, I think of like shit like pickleball, where I'm like, I don't know, man. But I mean, a fucking basketball court that's half trampoline, that seems pretty tight, actually.
No, yeah,
It
no,
doesn't
it
feel like
is
something
cool.
that has a lot of people breaking bones, because I
Oh,
can only see someone
absolutely. You
trampoline
jump
jump and then,
backwards into the center court, fucking goodbye knees.
or outside the entire court. I'm sure some people have like overshot, missed the.
No,
the
honestly,
basket, so
the
the
whole
feet stop
court
them.
should just be trampolines. That's where they went wrong here.
It should also have, padded walls so you can slam into that and not die.
What we need
do-
is that hockey sport from Batman Beyond. You know what I'm talking about, Joe?
No.
I kind of want to play Jugger.
Jugger, I heard
Jugger
that.
seems fun.
We know what we need, Blood Bowl.
Oh, Jugger. Yeah, Jugger is a fun-looking game.
So Jugger, Pedro, is basically a bunch of foam weapons, and if the foam part of like the foam that's supposed to be the weapon part of the thing hits you once, you're out. So it seems of 4 that have, each of them have different weapons. So the weapons is like the pole arm, the sword and shield, the ball and chain, and what was the last one?
The throwing axe.
Yeah,
Uh,
this is the sport in Batman Beyond. I don't know if I can find its name. I'm not really looking too much. But it was like, you're in this like fucking vacuum tube in these stupid outfits, and you're capable of like going up on the wall and ceiling by like spinning around them, and there's 2 goalies on each side, like hockey, but it's like
So
racquetball.
walking on a tube.
Like, here's another shot of
it's
it.
basically
You can see how
it's
like
basic-
it's yeah, go on.
Yeah, that's basically hockey on a tube.
this
Yes.
is hockey in a tube, and it's also with lacrosse, like
Yeah.
the lacrosse spins.
Yeah, chat said sci-fi lacrosse.
Yeah.
It's Quidditch. You can float inside of the tube.
I do need to go to sleep because it's already later than I wanted it to be.
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair. Have a nice night. Highlight maybe. Remember highlight that sport? But yeah,
We could have played Peak. I cannot believe this.
we could. Oh, Kieran left a while ago.
No, I know, but Kieran only left because Pedro said he was going to play Peak because he's
I-
leaving.
I get you. Ever seen that Harry Potter Guns video? Probably. I mean,
Oh,
there's a
that-
lot of them.
Well, I'm going to go now as well, David.
Yeah.
Have a good
Have-
night.
Have a nice night, Joe.
Oh,
have a
by
nice
the way,
night,
I'm
chat.
still not sure. I'm
Go on,
still
Joe.
not sure about the Stevens third party thing. Still need to read more.
I mean,
but
feel free
seems,
to feel free to say no to it. Like I said, I'm not
I-
the greatest judge with Path of War because of some of the bullshit already inside of it. But the lock thing, as you said, I think you made a very valid point that like you grappling Godzilla is ridiculously hard, but lock kind of trivializes it.
Because the thing is, as Steven made the point of like after like it saves on at a certain point. I'm like, well, because the thing is, Steven is making an argument knowing that his build doesn't work like that. Because Steven is like, no, it's just you plus the stats, so the save never gets that high.
Yeah,
but
his
he
save's gonna be
himself
like
has
50
broken
something.
that.
Yeah, I get that. And especially with Bmod, there's other ways to make the stats go even higher. Plus, I don't think you guys have gotten, like, Merlin's staff yet, that thing that he has, so, you know, more stupid shit that could happen. Let me see. Did Merwin's sheet get lost? Do I still have Merwin? Yes, I do. It just didn't fucking show up right.
Okay, it's you saying Merwin now, because first you said Merlin,
Yeah,
and
I
I'm like,
pronounced his name wrong. Merwin. Um, yeah,
no.
that's. I still have the sheet. I don't know if I didn't know if it was lost in the transition of things breaking, but yeah, I understand because you know, the stats can go really high, but even then, it's just the concept that I agreed what I wrote, where it's like lock is a brand new condition, meaning no monster will have an innate immunity to it, which is kind of a thing Pathfinder likes doing a lot. They like giving monsters innate
It's
immunities to
I'd
certain
say any
things.
I'd say anything with immune to grapple is immune to lock.
See, that's what I was saying. Where it's like lock is also written in a way where it's like the GM could also just say you make a will save instead of a reflex save. Like it's written very, you know, la-di-da kind of
Whatever.
way, which isn't necessarily bad because it just gives you the opening of like you don't have to play hard and loose with it.
My issues, for example, I threw out here the Finger of God as one of the maneuvers that I think is bullshit from this, because the Finger of God is you do a climb check on someone. This is a 7th level, so this is something that Steven can get next level.
Yeah.
That's why I went to the 7th level ones. So Finger of God is you do a climb check against their CMD. If you succeed, you may throw someone up to 5 feet per initiator level you possess. So at that point, it would be up to like 13 squares, depending on the climb check, in any direction.
Yeah.
These things don't allow any like grab the ledges. They don't allow anything.
Yeah, it's just
Now,
Spider-Man
if
throwing people off cliffs. Gotcha.
yeah, there's also the target falls prone, and upon taking falling damage, if applicable. So you can go with them, David. Then you can make another climb check against their CMD. If you pass this climb check, you can steal their weapon and then hit with it. And that's all a swift action.
Yeah.
Then you can still standard action do your thing.
And that's the thing. I would agree with you that that's ridiculous and shouldn't be a thing, but Path of War has 6th level maneuvers doing things that are arguably worse. So like I said, I want to step away from it. Like I listed the 9th level maneuver as an example. On paper, it's flavorful and fine. It's just basically like a wish spell for maneuvers. But also, maneuvers can do a lot of bullshit. So having any maneuver at your disposal, you know what I mean? Like the thing is, maneuvers are reusable. You use this, you pull out any maneuver you want from anything of like 7 or lower, or 8 if it's one of your other maneuver things that you actually have. But generally, I would think the abuse comes in. You know, there's lots of 6th level maneuvers that just kill things if they fail. So at level 9, or at 9th tier, I should say, you can pull out anything that would be able to insta-kill something at the moment, do a little dance as a swift action, and regain the ability to do this again. That's the problem. But also, it's Path of War. I don't have a good enough know-how, so I will leave it to the players to decide. But I understand that if you are just hesitant on the locking mechanic itself, I've already defended you by saying like it's just adds a whole new condition that has no real counter, and it's just better grapple in pretty much every scenario.
Yeah, I mean, there is some things unlocked. For example, technically, except with being locked by itself doesn't do much. From what I saw. Because
It
I
prevents them
went.
from moving, doesn't it?
Let me see. Similarly to mechanic like hit points and armor, there are some necessary abstractions. Lock function. For locking is implied strong grip or a hold. Let me see.
But it
New
doesn't
condition
need to be
locked.
that because it doesn't say that like swarms or amorphous things are immune to it. It says you can also just scare them with your weapon by preventing them from moving. So, you know, nothing is immune to lock naturally. I'd have to add that
Yeah.
as some additive, which would make it seem like I'm bullying Steven if he had this. You know what I mean? Like this creature's immune to lock because I don't want it to be locked. You know, like it's a fucking swarm. You should not be able to go. I grabbed the worm that walks. Cool, it keeps walking through you. Like yeah.
So, funnily enough, this would be not great for because locks creatures within your melee reach. So people locked by can just walk around fine.
Yeah.
Become locked. Locking counts as full errands maneuvers for abilities. Once you lock a creature, cannot voluntarily move from their okay. Cannot voluntarily move their space without escaping the lock. Okay, now you can't. If you lock another flying creature otherwise midair, they remain in the air and do not fall, as is an ability that hinders movement. Creatures under the effect of freedom of movement, a spell, or slip on powers cannot be locked. You can end the lock as a free action, and it automatically ends if the locked creature is no longer within your reach.
But yeah, it doesn't say anything where it's like it has some. It specifies certain things, like you said, like freedom of movement stops it, but it doesn't specify other things like again, swarm, something that even if you're pointing your sword at it, you could just walk through your blade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even if you swiped at a swarm with a non-magic weapon, like 1 damage, cool, it keeps walking. It's not a threat to it. Or DR, God forbid, with the 1 damage, because there are swarms that have damage reduction, meaning conventional weapons cannot harm them.
Fair. I think always a good point is checking what other things have. Now, I'm checking specifically.
Like again, like I've said, the way lock is written kind of just implies that the GM can just add whatever they want to add to it. Like you can't reflex. This thing doesn't make a reflex save against your lock because it's going to make a will save instead, but it's not a mental effect. Like that's the example they gave. But by their writing, I could just say it's a fort save because reasons.
Yeah.
That being
As I said,
go on.
it's not the worst thing in the sense that if we're talking about like power level, it ranks within some of the other things we've been looking at in
Yeah, like I said,
in Path of War.
I don't care because it's D-mod, but I can understand the qualms people have with it, and I'm not going to hold it against them. If people allow lock, then whatever. If people disallow lock, I get it.
Yeah. So it's for example the thing is boosts specifically. There is I was looking at 7th level boosts to compare it with Finger of God. And we have like two things that are very different. For example, the 7th level boost, Adamantine Knuckle, is broken as shit in the sense because what it does, it's pure damage. Because basically, is you do it, and on the rest of your turn, all of your attacks inflict an extra 66 damage and ignore damage reduction or hardness. That is huge, especially on D mod, because you make things better. But then there's things like Grim Satisfaction, which is basically they make a will save or cower for 1 round, and you heal a number of hit points equal to your initiator level, or if it was cursed, you heal an additional 10 hit points. Like that's like so as you can see, the pendulum fucking swings far.
Yeah, and the other thing is like, it's D-mod, so I don't mind that some shit is ridiculous. My main qualm with allowing ridiculous shit is I don't want somebody to have the I am so much better than every other player, which I understand some people feel that way about Steven's character, but even then, like, plenty of people are comparable to him. Pedro shits out a lot of natural attack and does a lot of damage. Kieran can telekinetic throw a bunch of swords.
He also became a tank lately.
Yeah, fucking can completely shut down characters, but also, like, he's so nigh untouchable. Yeah, we'll try a new system at some point, chat. It's just, we're finishing the games that we have now, so we're in them for a bit. Joe's
Yeah.
Joe's been talking about me playing a game on Sunday. Maybe we stream that. Maybe not. I don't. The people in that game would have to approve.
Well, they're not gonna like what we're gonna say.
Then yeah, maybe I
'Cause
don't
do
stream
you-
it because
do-
Joe's Jewish
do you-
friend is going
No,
to
no, no.
to.
I don't think you'd be bad on that, David. Is when I said I don't like I'm just talking about chat. Because if you remember what I said, I presented to you specifically. We're going to remake Curse of Strahd in Pathfinder.
Yeah, well, no. Oh, what, the new system thing? Whatever. Potato batata. I mean, the thing is we played lots of systems, but I mean, people generally like the rigidity that Pathfinder offers for making sure that
The
there's
crunchiness.
a rule for everything, with the fact that we can D&D change things as needed. Like the fact that I have attack of opportunities regained at round start because I can't keep track of every little minion that runs across for their turn. So that's just a compromise, but it is an alteration to the rules. But I also understand, like, we've played some other systems, and people generally don't care much for them.
It's the thing is the
Like, we'll
main
keep playing new
systems
systems,
are
though.
main. Yeah. The main systems are main systems for a reason. Right now, I'm trying out Daggerheart, and Daggerheart. This is the thing. I think Daggerheart is a fine system. I don't like it more than Pathfinder. I'm trying it now with the friends, and it is much easier on me on GM preparation things. And they even have a funny thing. Let me actually show you this to you. Because basically, instead of like making an all area, David, since you don't need to have a map for Daggerheart,
Yeah.
they basically have a little funny. Where the fuck is? It's like for areas they have like what is essentially an area card that explains what people can find there. And basically it's like things that the GM can just print or just have. Yeah, here it is. Copy image. I'll send it to you directly.
I mean,
There we go.
sure. Let's reveal our
That
private
thing.
chat message to the world. They can see me talking about Skullgirls briefly, having a high skill system scaling for a while.
For example, there's that there, which is basically a thing of an area. It's as you can see, it's very simple. Like some people don't like it at Daggerheart as like peripherals that you would need in the sense because, for example, it uses cards.
Yeah.
Now they start selling decks for the specific classes and shit
I mean,
separately.
this is something I was considering doing with a revamped Redodo if we were to play that again. I was like thinking maybe we play it more roguelite, like you enter the dungeon of Redodo or something, and there's like a pathing system you choose, and you draw from a deck of areas, and like the deck becomes more complex as you go through. Like the deck changes every time you enter the Redodo or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. I think maybe you can do it in the sense where like we enter and yes we have the choices and all that, but at the end we can like trade a card from our deck or we can just add a card from our deck from one of the ones we gained in the dungeon
Yeah,
or
like
things of the sort.
I believe I talked to you about the idea of there being like the world of Redodo is like covered in places that are marked as dungeons where the deck actually turns online.
Yeah, I is the thing. I do like the idea of Redodo. There are some things that we do need to fine tune on it because as a party, like fighting in Redodo is we need all. It's basically chaos. We basically can't make a deck together unless we're all already like planning on it.
Yeah, like I was looking at like chats talking about Ultima Thugula, or I was thinking about another system, what is it, Lancer, where the system itself is sort of like always based in player favor. Like every roll for something normal is like a 55% chance of winning for the player before like numbers added in your favor or taken away. And then for something really hard, it's like you only have like a 10% chance of succeeding on a die roll before numbers are added. So like it's pretty much always favored in the player, but like it is still at the fate of the dice somewhat. So like bad things can happen if you roll bad, but it's more of a storytelling game from what I've seen people going in. It's like that seems fine to me if that's what people want to do, but generally I found that the players I have, just anyone that I pull off of Roll20, honestly, are min maxers. Like that's the thing. Like remember the hyper chess people are talking about at the very beginning. The game's like less than like a week old or something, and people are tryharding in it. Like that's the fucking nature of humans, is that they're going to try hard any game they get. So like even if we picked up Lancer, our group, I feel like a majority of players are going to probably min-max it for their favor because that's what they tend to do. And part of it has to be the even if a player doesn't min-max, you get that player that is doing better than other people, and people feel the need that they have to do a bit more to stay in line with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I will say this again, and while I don't mind playing with 6 people, having 6 people will always cause that issue.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I am not against playing with smaller groups, but I asked Jason to come in because the thing is we don't always have 6 people. We have Steven missing, sometimes we have a player missing, so
Mm-hmm.
the thing is if we have a group of 4 people, and then 2 people go missing, people don't want to keep playing the game. Like, honestly,
No,
I've thought of doing, like, Knight Errant again with you, but the problem we had was, you felt like you were having a hard time of coming up with what to do, so, like, we get, like, Pedro with you or something, just 2-player D&D whenever people have a time. And I say Pedro because I feel like he'd be more in tune with doing stuff with you than, and Steven would be busy all the time, you know?
I mean, the thing with Knight Errant is, I think because it's also shorter sessions, I
Yeah.
do think when we get to one of that where it's something harder, we can literally table and let me get a thing for a while. Because
Yeah.
that's the other thing is I was going to have a thing for how to talk with the madman inside of his home, but I didn't have an idea right at that moment, so I was going to do the wait, and then we tabled it, and I was after the session I was discussing with you is like, well, my character has this thing, and he doesn't want to just intrude or break the door down. So I'm
Yeah.
waiting for a bit, and then I'm thinking I don't really know right now what to do, and then we never played again, which is understandable, but that's the thing. Yeah,
I think
I
we stopped
also don't
playing
even know
because
what to do.
you stopped and said that you weren't sure, and we had this short discussion about like the nature of like why it's good to have multiple players. Because if you're ever stuck on something, we have another guy to push it forward. Um, and that's still fine. Like I understand that there's only so much that you might be able to think of on the spot. My general play of Knight Errant was very simple. Like you didn't roll good enough, and you come up with another idea. I mean, you're the main character. You're the protagonist. You're Samurai Jack. But I get
Mhm.
that being the only one to speak might have been too much. I mean, in that sense, like arguably be better to play it like a play by post. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That way,
this is the thing. I still very much enjoy the idea, and I still want to do it.
it doesn't necessarily need to be Knight Errant though, because Knight Errant was that idea I threw at you for the idea of why you
Mhm.
might be alone. Like maybe you just want to play a wizard that is doing something by himself because that always gives you more options having magic at your disposal. You know.
Yeah, magic summoning, dealing with otherworldly things. Like there's a lot of things I can do as a wizard.
And honestly, there's cool character concepts you could do with that too, where maybe you want to after you play your wizard or something through like a short campaign, you say, I want to bring him into this game. That adventure was my prelude to meeting the party.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying,
Oh
there's cool things
man,
we could do with that.
I'm sorry. I was just thinking the fucking life of Presto Magisto, the campaign.
Oh God. Yeah, every session is a different class. But yeah, there's
Yeah.
there's a lot of cool things we could do, especially because, like I said, that's the thing. When I was talking about min maxing, that's the thing. I make things, and I've told people this, and I repeat that because Pat always seems to forget what I say, so I'm reiterating this for when he comes to checking through the chat later. Um, I make the game as hard enough to be accommodating for the party. If the party are all a bunch of fucking people with their arms cut off at level 1 and their stats are like sub 8 on everything, I'm not going to be throwing the same fucking encounters at you guys. You have a different story to tell. But since you guys are building little walking demigods, you get thrown into the deep end of like the world's most mysterious bullshit. You know? Like, that's the thing. If we were to start Avea, right, and you guys are just playing like a merchant group or something, then we might have a more regular game that explores some of the mysteries of magic, and the campaign might end on like maybe you do something in your merchanting group that, yeah, exactly what Chad said, encounters match party play, but like the story does too. Like if the party isn't doing the most ridiculous build bullshit, you probably aren't going to have the party was dealing with the greatest thing the world can throw at them. They might just do something that changes the world in some small way that has a huge impact. The merchanting group campaign might end with, you're all relatively normal guys. Maybe the campaign ends with, as you finally deliver this thing to the king and you get wrapped up in a spy drama subterfuge, you do something that stops a war, as opposed to the party are all such bullshit empowered people that they physically go in and kill Eisenkado themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I fully understand that. I agree. Like, the point is, I don't think, like, we are built well. I don't think currently in at least in Harlonde, I don't think currently, probably with the exception of Pat, because Pat made this character to do one thing. I don't think anyone else is fully in it. The second one is probably Pedro. But even he just takes feats for fun and other things.
Yeah, or we could say you because you have a ghost blade that ignores like armor, but that's the thing is I give you those things to make you more comparable. I told Pat I can't give him things because he's already making us grapple ridiculous. So there's no reason for me to give him a special fun item.
My thing is, I made my character was a certain way, and that he was going to become more brutal because of how the campaign is.
Yeah.
But through a lot of bullshittery and getting traumatized, he essentially tried to become, his class became, I lost versatility on attacking and got a lot of versatility on defending.
I think it's good
And-
that you're going through like a story
Yeah.
arc change for your character rather than just following a build plan.
Yeah, I'm
Jason-
still going to. I'm still trying to find the direction that is going to have me shatter the ghost blade.
Yeah, like Jason's just retraining to be a cavalier right now, but I'm totally fine if he were to go through some sort of adventure thing that would just turn him into a cavalier rather than going through the retraining of it. But because we're in a party and the party wants to do certain things, like I can't just throw him into the party got him a retrainer like immediately, and he also kind of didn't want to like make a whole adventure about him either when I talked to him about it, and that's I get it because you don't want to say I'm the main character for 3 sessions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's the whole thing is he can technically have done it and played like an Iron Empire soldier for a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
We've
ways to go
discussed
about
some
it.
things, but I get that this is what he wants to do, and as we've talked about, Jason, he doesn't exactly
He's
mind.
very go with the flow guy.
Yeah, but it's like Pat. I've talked to Pat about. I see Jason typing. He's like listening to the stream. I'm gonna say some shit. I misunderstood you when we were having that conversation. I actually would have. He stopped typing. He's listening. I can tell it. Hello, Jason.
As you're saying,
I
you scared them all.
Yeah, go ahead and type Jason. Maybe, obviously from the conversation I had with Kieran earlier about the misunderstanding about punching a wall, like, I might have misunderstood what you said, I'm stupid. So by all means, correct myself. But anyways, yeah, the thing is, like, Pat was talking about, is talking about bringing back his old character, the Summoned. And,
Oh yeah, no, Pat told me.
yeah, and I've talked to him about some ideas about that, but, he, his plans, right now, I'm just kind of bringing this into the idea. It's like, I've discussed things with him, but they're all kind of just, nothing was really said, so they're all just ideas, so it's the same thing where, like, when I talk to a player about how, like, things can change, like, we can do story things for stuff, and then a player doesn't seem excited by anything, like, and they also don't give me anything that I can approve, because, I've had players that just, I'm not saying Jason said this, he didn't, so I'll defend him. Like, I've had players that just go, can I just be this class free of charge, nothing happened? Where it's like, no, but, like, retraining is a thing. I just don't want to give people, like, a free, full retrain for no fucking reason, because that just promotes that people just change characters constantly, you know what I mean?
I had to get traumatized.
Yeah, because we've had players that just full retrain, or they make a new character, and then they make a new character almost immediately again. Like, I feel like I'm almost punishing some players sometimes when they don't like their build, and I'm like, alright, let's go through either a short adventure or you're going to spend time retraining, because that's the cost of the game on classes. Because I'd rather them keep their character than killing their character off and making a new character, if you get what I mean. But, like, I feel like Pat wants to just go back to his old character because he doesn't like the bleed build, because the bleed isn't as strong as he thought it was, you know what I mean?
No, this is the thing, is from what I understood is Pat wants to try and go back to the poison, and he associates the poison with Vincent. And he also thinks it might be a fun idea if he comes back.
That's the thing, it can be a fun idea, but that's if Pat wants to, like, actually commit to the story of it, and he's not just changing because he wants to change build. That's where I'm trying to, like, very poorly explain my kind of qualms against it. Pat wants to change, I'm not going to stop him, mind you. But, like, that's the reason why I promote people, actually have a story arc adventure thing for their new change, or the, retraining, because it takes time, and that's it's basically a small punishment fee thing, but it's so that people go, I spent time retraining, I'm not going to spend another 6 months retraining again. You know what I mean?
No, I get it. Like,
because even if your build is bad, there's it could be better, or something else is stronger. Like, it doesn't matter. This is your character. We can have fun with it. But I
mean,
also get that if you're in the party with somebody that shits out 600 damage and you don't, it also feels bad. So it becomes one of those complex issues.
I'm not gonna lie, I do believe that every time I've changed build in your sessions, it was just story things. Like, because I have changed characters a couple times, but changing the build itself, I think it's only been, like, for story reasons.
Well, generally, when we talk about it, you agree to doing some story thing, and we drop it. Like, for Jason's thing, the reveal for his, he asked for something that would, like, make him stop being a Hell Knight. So I got the Freedom Paladin guy to, smite law him, so he could see that he was no longer lawful, that he had changed by being with the party. But because the party does stuff, like, it got pushed back a bit, and I talked to him, like, we could try other things as ideas, because I presented this idea to him, and then, I was like, you could just start seeing your spell, like, powers fail if you want to do that. Like, you can't summon your dogs anymore. But, we could also just wait a few sessions, or you could just, try casting, like, some sort of, prayer to your god and find it fail. Like, there's so many ways we can go about it. And he went with, his abilities slowly started failing. It was funny, because at some point he said that his armor ability started failing, but that's an extraordinary ability, and he doesn't lose that. But, it's just jokes. So, either way, it's just the idea where it's like, we just did something, but we discussed more about him not being a Hell Knight rather than the story of, like, how he would just spontaneously become something else. So we just went for retraining. But we probably could have gotten, like, some story where, Jason, I say a horse comes in and Jason jumps on it to fight something, and he can feel a bond with it. You know what I mean? But what is retraining? Screams chat. Retraining is the monotonous task of in Pathfinder where you spend some gold and in-game time to train under somebody that is the thing that you want to have, or you lose something that takes the same slot, be it a class, a feat, or a skill, and you move that into something else. So, like, if you're a level 1 wizard, you could train out of wizard and become a fighter. You forget how to do magic, you learn how to swing blade. That's the thing. That's what retraining is. But in order to train into being a fighter, you need to have a fighter train you. So, but, like I said, we could do story things where, as you're casting spells or something, your wand breaks, or your staff, whatever you're using to use as a conduit, right? Your magic ring or something, and you tear off your robe going, I'm gonna have to do this the old school way, and you fucking fight goblins like that meme of a guy fighting level 1 crabs in an MMO. You know what I mean?
For example, in my case specifically, I was playing a psychic class which used mind powers to channel their power externally. After my character was traumatized and he couldn't deal with reality, he used his powers reverted and it became to only be used internally. So his ability basically makes a psionic armor around himself that protects him. And he basically can no longer affect the outside world with his spells. He mostly can only affect himself.
Yeah, chat, depending on the game, they can. The thing is, this training takes, like, time, so the party has to either bunker down for a while at some place, not having adventures. Like, in Jason's case, it takes him, like, what, 3 weeks to train? 4?
3 now. It was 4 from the beginning.
Okay. So, like, he still has 3 weeks of retraining, although less once we get that other thing taken care of. We'll give him most of his levels that he needs. So, in a conventional play, why so long? That's what Pathfinder says. It's to punish players, kind of. It's the idea that, from a thematic standpoint, you can say, you are learning how to do ridiculous bullshit in 7 days, so this is already highly impressive that you can learn so fast. Or 5 days, if they're similar. But, in game mechanic terms, it's sort of punishment. It's like, why are you changing class? This is not your character. I'm saying it's punishment. I really could just lean into the concept that, thematically, imagine you are a plumber, and then you go through a 7-week seminar, 7-day seminar, 7-day, 1-week seminar, and you forget how to become a plumber, and you learn how to be a police officer. Like, it's ridiculous to think that you can learn, like, a whole new career that fast. But,
I don't remember anything about the previous one.
why would you need to remember how to plumb? You know how to make holes now. Bang, bang. But, so yeah, there's some sense of, realism to it, quote-unquote. Yeah, you become an apprentice for a while. Yeah, that's exactly right. Like, in a realistic scenario, a level 5 fighter, like someone that's really good at fighting people, isn't going to walk up to a wizard and then learn how to cast, like, magic in the short span of 7 days and a couple of gold coins for their master teaching them.
Yes,
But
I guess
you are the protagonist, so you get to be cool like that. But yeah, there are other things like Baldur's Gate has something where you just pay a demigod a shitload of coins and he just magics you up down to level 1 with all your experience to keep leveling up because it's more video gamey that way. But in
be fair, if
the thematic
you-
sense, you are doing it immediately. Go on, Joe.
for Pathfinder, there's also the thing called class synergies. And synergies matter because if your class would synergize with another, it takes less time to retrain.
Yeah, it's easier for a rogue to learn how to become a ninja. But yeah, that's the thing. Pathfinder doesn't require that we do training, because like I said earlier, rules can be bent or changed to accommodate groups. I've said in Harlonde that retraining is a time investment. because it's an option. In Dmod, they have to spend a lot of money to use a ticket. They can retrain, but that's just not worth their time. So yeah, that's the thing. In Harlonde, you can retrain as a time investment, but also if somebody really wanted to, we could make a story beat about it, where they suffer as the class they are a little bit longer until we get to something where I can say, hey, this thing's happening. You should really pay attention, and some stuff can happen for you, and we can like instantly alter you. But the thing is, you do that for somebody, and then 2 weeks later they say, I want to change again. Yeah, you know what? Retrain for 5 weeks. Like that's the thing. Is there's
Discourage.
yeah, there are upsides and downsides to doing both. Like if you do a story beat for people, it can be a really cool moment, and it can let them change their character instantly in a fun way. But also, if that player later says, I actually kind of don't vibe with this, can we give me another story beat? Like, it can make them feel less special, or it makes the guy look like he's hogging too much attention. Again, in Jason's case, he just said he was fine with retraining. But I didn't push it enough, but also I don't feel like pushing Jason that much, because I don't want to come off as pushy to him. But, like in Pat's case, I don't know what he wants, so I haven't really offered anything besides some, this could be happening, and this could be cool, and then Pat just went, yeah. That doesn't mean Pat wants that to me. That just means Pat acknowledges that's an idea. So it's the same thing. It's like, if Pat at some point just says, hey, I want to do this, and we never established anything, like, I didn't have anything ready for him, And that's the other thing, is like Joe said, all of his class changes have usually come from story beats, but that's because he talks to me to ask things, and we work together.
Yeah, I have also changed characters for mostly not enjoying a character, and that's also just spoken to David about why I'm doing it, because if this is an advice, if you feel that you're not having fun, you need to be direct with your GM as to why you think you're not having fun, because you can either fix it if you have a good GM, or
Right.
the other thing is that the GM can also understand that the problem is not him, is that you're not enjoying your build or the character itself, and then he can help you either change the character fundamentally or just give him a good send-off.
Yeah. But
Now,
like
what you don't do is
go
you
on.
don't hold the game hostage.
Yeah, go on.
Now, that's my point. You don't hold the game hostage with shit like that.
Yeah, because I get that sometimes people don't need to change characters, but I've had a lot of bad experience with players, as you've heard me lament about 15 times already. And I've had campaigns end because the players just change characters so willy-nilly, or I had players that changed characters so willy-nilly because I went with if you're not having fun, change character. This guy will walk into the group then, like their other guy go, I have a mission to do or something. I gave them some idea and they just took it immediately because they just cared more about builds. And then at some point they finally decided to roleplay when they said, hey, why are we doing this? None of us are the original crew. We want to do something else. I'm like, all right, I mean, if you're not doing that, I don't have anything. Like, what do you do? We go back to town. Okay. And I present them the mission again from the guy because that's what the campaign is about. And then they go, I don't want to do that. Can we just goof off in town? I'm like, all right. And then I talk to them like 30 minutes trying to like promote them doing the thing. And they're like, nah, I don't want to do that. I'm like, well, we can make a new campaign then. And they go, that's a lot of work. Like, some people are shitters, is the thing. And, like, that's the thing. This party in Dmod could all at one point just go, we want to serve chaos now. And I will let them to a point. The thing is it's not going to be a good ending for them, and it will end the game. You know what I mean, Joe?
Yeah, no, I know. And this is the thing, Bastard doesn't want to serve chaos. That all of the jokes that we've said, if we want to serve chaos, is if the gods were quote unquote serving turn on us.
Well, Eris has done something to Steven. But,
Well, he deserves it.
yeah. But see, that's the thing. It's like, there's a meme story in D&D. I know you've heard it, but chat might not have. Where somebody's campaign was to stop a lich. And while they were starting the campaign, they casually talked about how gay marriage wasn't allowed in the kingdom. Not because it was like hated, just because he was like running like European nonsense and like it just wasn't enforced. Like you know, a woman wearing a woman, nah. Like there are gay people, sure, but they didn't have like state sanctioned marriage. You know, like old Europe. So instead, the party ignored the lich, and they spent the whole campaign crusading and getting people with diplomacy and fighting for the rights of the LGBTQ or whatever. And at the very tail end, as they get the kingdom to like allow gay marriage and people are cheering in the streets and they have a parade, the lich comes by with his undead army and kills everybody. And I love that story because it's not the I hate gay people. It's a living world. If you ignore the lich is gonna keep doing shit. And that's the thing. Like the party, I think, has the right to do certain things, but if they ignore the main plot point, the bad guy, like the story is set up that you're the protagonist, and ultimately you guys are the ones to stop him. If the story is going to be, well, if you ignore the bad guy and then ultimately some other group stops the bad guy, it wasn't really your story. So yeah, there's consequences for not doing things.
And that also informs some of the behavior we had, at least I have in the new Harlonde, where I'm trying to not get stuff half done.
Yeah, because in the first Harlands, the party would help out in a war, quit, come back and see that the war degraded back in the enemy's favor, help out until it was like 50-50 again, leave, and then they just kept doing this over and over again. And people were saying shit like, well, if the dwarves are losing the war so much, maybe they deserve to lose. As opposed to thinking about how the other side is actually fucking evil. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because the thing there is, I basically add a character that was very, very important for that. Now, I, in both my inexperience and a bit of frustration with both my party members and my situation, just let that character go because I just said he's afraid because the point is being revived to maybe become the dog of some interdimensional hunters is not the most appealing thing. I'll be completely honest.
I get you. And that the party really wasn't helping you too much.
Yeah, so basically I was the driving factor for in the campaign. Then I changed characters, and I made a character whose objective was to complete the main story. Now, I was ignored a lot. Even the part where they came back to that war, I had to play another character because my main character was trying to finish the story.
Yeah, they would just sit him in the back while he performed library checks for weeks on end as his check accumulated and made results of like, this is an impossible result. You've now unlocked information you couldn't have because you Sherlock Holmes the shit out of this. And then instead of like continuing the main story, they would just kind of be like, could you just keep researching and skip a step? Remember, Joe?
Yeah, it's literally they wanted me to finish the story for them, and I said, "No, I'm sick of this. You people don't let me finish my thing. My character is not one of the that is destined to finish the world. So since you're being bitches about this, my character is going to leave you and go to one of the cults that's trying to hunt you down."
That's right, chat. They
Because
were not playing the story. They actually would start things on random whims and then quit out halfway through, leaving the thread of the story to go in the favor of like the villain. Because as I said, if you guys are doing something, you're the protagonist. So if you just stop doing it, the bad thing wins. Because otherwise, if the story ultimately ends with like, it's like the Demod thing, right, Steven? Sorry, Joe. Right, Joe? Like, you got Rem to help out, but see, Rem was never going to just go, I'm stronger than you without you doing all those concerts and making those things. You changed her mind. You know, you swayed her spirit and what have you. If you people were not there, she would just be the fucking big nameless goon that, Sang uses. You know what I mean?
yeah, no, I get it. I use the Tian Yu example specifically because Tian Yu, I specifically at the point we were at and the frustration I was having with our other party members, I specifically said he joins a cult that is trying to kill some of them. Because story wise, from what was told to me, that was the most logical step. Because my party was not trying to stop any of the bad shit trying to happen to the world.
Honestly,
this
they
enemy I've
lived the prophecy that they kept causing problems and were ending the world. Sorry to interrupt you, Joe. It's just the way you said it. It's like, yeah, they were actually, the prophecy was justified in that they were causing everything to be wrong.
I don't, because this is the thing. I don't think we were causing everything to go wrong. I think we're not helping at all. Like it's we're like we're like basically double negative the issues in the sense that we don't do anything to this. It just keeps going.
Well, that's why the game was always 5 sessions away from completing, because if the party just did certain things, like the party, like I could actually start the end game of the campaign, and then it's an ambiguous amount. Like when I say sessions away from ending, I guess it was never truly 5 because the point was like you guys were always like so close to just releasing the guy that would be the final villain. But and however long that takes would be the thing is that would probably be the way the party played the last session, because he was either going to kill everybody or the players were going to kill him, because the players were definitely people that were just kind of, throwing their balls into the fight kind of thing. The only time I've ever seen the party dip out was when the Obito Lich happened, and the party just said, this game is now too hard for us, because they fought like a Mythic 7 Lich or something. Even though, like, yeah, that's like, you are in the end game. Half of you guys are like Mythic 4 or something.
No. You do not remember how far behind we actually were.
Oh, was it because you guys kept skipping the ending of things?
So, Cody was level 17, and the rest of us were level 16 Mythic 1 at the end of the campaign.
I swear, I remember you guys had gone through like 4 Mythic checkpoints, but I guess you guys never finished them, is the issue.
We got Mythic by basically gathering all of the big forces of the world and fighting a giant monster. That thing that's basically a bunch of bat wings and eyes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. We don't need to spoil part too much. Yeah, I guess the issue then is the party just didn't complete Mythic checkpoints that I guess I was staring at that you were so close to completing.
Yeah, we basically left a bunch of shit half done and never finished it. I really want to I really want to destroy the sword. I just don't think Zarek knows how.
I mean, that's the thing. It's a artifact, so you have to learn how to destroy it through an adventure. So if you want, you could study the sword more, as we've discussed that you could be doing, and I think you haven't made any rolls for that. But then again, have you had time to really study the sword with books or anything yet?
Not that much, because last time I've been studying the sword I got at Harkenhold.
Yeah, so, what if you want to do that, like, you could say that, like, in the Iron Empire camp, for example, you could say, hey, during the downtime, I'd like to, ask Volterra, because he's a mage, you know what I mean? Although, I understand you don't want to talk to Volt. But,
it's less that, and if I let him touch it, I'm going to get jailed.
Okay, or you could talk to Dafe, because he seems to be a person of interest after that last conversation. Quentin is an old man that maybe is something like you could talk to people and start a quest chain if that's what you want. Or next time you're free, you could just tell the party, hey, Inma, you know this thing that your god should fucking hate? We should find a way to destroy that and just make that your next little adventure thing. You know what I mean?
Because I have been doing the steps to kind of become a better person, a better Noel. I think I'm doing justice for like someone that's turning his life around but is not sure of what he is doing. Because I think I'm doing well the steps of what Zargik thinks being a good person is. Because I hate the thing where characters just do a 180, David, for no reason. That's why I've been trying to be gradual with the changes.
Yeah, I get you. Like, you don't want to just, turn around. But see, the thing is, I would say Zargik at least has an excuse to have a sudden personality shift after some of the stuff he's been through. But, I still understand that you still want to go with, Zargik is wrestling with, the things that have happened, and that's perfectly fine.
Because the thing is, it's basically he got overloaded with a bunch of bad emotions, and someone that had a weaker mind than Zargik, I think, would have the opposite effect, where they would just become fully evil. So I'm trying to, in a way, make a point that inherently Zargik is not a bad person.
Zargik doesn't use the child as a napkin. Zargik pats him on the head and says that's wrong.
Yeah, it's kind of the point, because I'm trying to make that point because he does a lot of evil things from the start because he was basically he is from Null culture. Their culture, the Colo culture. My bad. Using the slurs.
Using the slurs.
Yeah, but so all of it, like the cannibalism, the killing each other and all that, this was normal in their culture. I'm not trying to play him more as a protector that
The
for some
incest.
reason has a bodyguard. Sorry, what? Oh yeah, the incest. Yeah.
Yeah.
He,
You're just leaving out a really important detail. I just want to make sure Zargik's changed.
yeah, he never done that. Yeah, I don't actually. He couldn't do that because I believe part of his story is that in the very rare way, Zargik was the only one from. He is his mother's only son.
You're making it sound like you couldn't commit incest when you still could have. Those are
Yeah,
disgusting.
probably.
They worship the mother of monsters. They do bad stuff.
Yeah. So the point is, Zargik is trying to not be that, but at the start of the campaign, he still ate people because he had the mindset of waste not
Yeah,
what you have hunted.
and it absolutely makes sense that some people look at you with a disgusting glance,
Yes.
but you do have a rumor about you. The party has a rumor that has kind of perpetually been sitting at neutral because for every good thing you do, someone in the party does something bad. So as a whole, you guys are just kind of neutral people. So whenever an NPC comes up to you guys, like half the time they've heard stories about you. I was hoping Zargik was going to come up because the Limonade guy was going to recognize you and go, guys, we need to go. We need to go.
Yeah, that's the thing is, I think for all the parties we've ever had, this is the most middle of the ground kind of group.
Yeah, he didn't recognize Nori because Nori is just a generic Strix bodyguard, kind of. Nori hasn't done anything too crazy to stand out besides be a Strix bodyguard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Zargik just looks insane. That's the other point.
Zargik is that guy that you come into a tavern and you see as a metal gauntlet and one glass eye and a crown blade made of thorns. Zargik looks insane. He's 17 fucking blades on his back.
Yeah, beyond having all of these blades and now a sword floating around him, there's also the point that he now just roars and goes into battle mode and just what the fuck was that?
Inma has some rumoring about her. She stands out in the party too in the world, but unfortunately, I guess I pseudo punish Steven a tiny bit, where it's people either view Inma as she is a good person, she's a healer for asthma, or she's that cleric that hangs out with this party. So that's not exactly a good sign when the party has constantly started fights with people for no reason, or she's the cleric known for the sex. So although that rumor isn't super prevalent because he hasn't done too much of that, but a few, it's still in the rumor mill. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Which, again, because the party's neutral, it's neither good nor bad that he's known for sex. It just means that it's kind of weird that this like cleric of Pharasma is like a bard. No, it's not, says some other guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think our party can mostly be described as good nature but badly adjusted weirdos.
Yeah, and it kind of fits that you guys have been very neutral rumoring because you do have marks on your little rumor sheet that I'm not looking at it. I've already closed the game like 3 hours ago.
It's over.
If we should table soon, we should stop our conversation soon. But what was it? It's like you have things like people know that you did this, or people know that you've done like saved the city from the fireball cultists because they saw you do it. But then there's also people that like people heard you like saved people from Shadow Scar. But then there are people that hear about how like you guys did this here. There's the Beastland people from inside the Phoenix Lands are spreading bad rumors about you. There are people that talk about how you recovered the spices from a pirate ship, but then you refused to return it to the rightful owner, marking you guys as like greedy capitalists, and then you fucking named yourselves Hands of Avarice. Like there are things that you've done that are generally seen as like bad form that on the whole, up and up, you guys could be viewed as good people, but honestly, a lot of the thing that's dragging you down to neutral is your simple interactions where you guys will say something and then Kieran ends up in jail because he gave a fucking police officer attitude, you know what I mean?
No, I get it. Like the thing is, most of our characters are full of spunk and vinegar. Then that's kind of because we are the misfits that came together, and I am fully down for that. Like
Oh,
our
I mean,
reputation
yeah.
being middle of the road is exactly what since I saw what the party we were going to be is like. Just not being seen as evil fucks, David, is a great achievement for this party.
That's fair. I mean, I was gonna say you guys are the most mercenaries ever in that regard, and then you get people like B-roll, where the attitude on him is so high for you people because you've personally helped him in a way that he viewed as admirable, and your shitty fucking nature, he's just like they're just like me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like Pedro hates him so much, and I'm like, I see so much of your attitude in Viral, Pedro. You don't get it.
Yeah. So that's the thing. But Viral's also the kind of guy that looks at somebody that's like him and he's just like, I'm gonna take them to the worst fucking bar I can find because it's funny. As opposed to some people have just as bad as attitudes as you are, if not worse, and they get pissy that you have the same attitude as them. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. I've made the, close to finishing any storylines. I think we talked about this. They're like halfway through Gmod, and they're kind of like a quarter of the way through Harlonde. So, no. But, that's the thing. They could surprise me all sorts of ways. They might do something and give me like a DC 60 check at some point, and just while they're inside of the Artist Cult plane, spoilers, Joe already knows what this stuff is. Like, they might uncover something ridiculously important and just jump shit. You know what I mean? So there's no way telling how some games might end. Like Dmod, realistically is like 2 years away from ending, but also it could end this session depending on what they do. Depending on what they do, by the way, Joe is code for the party dies and refuses to come back.
Yeah, we might lose, yeah. Because in Dmod, if we lose all of our gear, this is real fucking bad.
I still stand by that there's so much you could do even if the party wipes.
Oh, I know, but like, this is the thing. If the party wipes and we lose everything we have, David, that is such a huge blow in the sense that, both in the sense that, for example, I'm a wizard, my spell book's gone. Like, that's just bad.
I get what you mean, but there's still plenty of like workarounds for that. Like, you have the Empire backing you, you're a higher enough level that you can actually collect some of the stuff they have. You wouldn't be completely wiped, but I understand it'd be a huge drawback. but also like for all you know, you guys that go, well, the dungeon wiped us. We need to do something else. Maybe you go to the fucking Land of Fire and you get a bunch of Land of Fire equipment instead. Like, there's all sorts of ways you can go about the game, but that's the joy of storytelling. If the party does wipe and they just go, I'm not strong enough, I can't do this again, like, then the story ends. Whatever. You know,
It's very
Dmod is a
it's very
hardcore
unlikely
game in
for
that
us to
regard.
wipe. It's very unlikely for us to wipe specifically.
Oh yeah, and also if you're
'Cause-
afraid of a wipe, I'd say present like get your clan hall to actually have like backup stuff then.
Oh, I mean, this is the thing. We have some things in the back in the hall, but unfortunately, making backups for our equipment is truly inconvenient for me because most of it will fall on me, and people won't see Maestro for like a couple months if that needs to happen.
We give you the workman's room and we watch you disappear for one day and you come back a skeleton. I thought you picked a race that didn't have an age limit. I did.
That was the nerves. The nerves killed me.
I
ran out
mean,
of food.
I mean, but yeah, in that regard, yeah. What were we talking about before Chad asked if we were close to finishing storylines?
We were talking about. I believe we were still talking about Zargix, like, because we were talking about both, like, how to destroy the sword. We were talking about. Was it we were there where we were talking about like me on downtime how to destroy the sword?
Well, I was saying that like if you want in the downtime, you like you talk to some player like
I will.
NPCs that you would think that you would that might know something, or you talk to the party about it, you know, to Inma, hey, you know, this thing is starting. I think this thing's evil. I can't believe this soul collecting sword is bad, and now that it has like shackles infused in it, that's also bad. You know what I mean. Like you talk to people, we set it up so that maybe the next adventure the party goes, hey, we should go on a quest to find out how to destroy this thing. Because, for example, half the fun is like you might look for the wizard that originally had it, that was trying to like bum it off of you, and then the fact that it's now infused with like a demigod, maybe its destruction requirements have changed. You know, there's all sorts of fun things we can do with it.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things that I want to do, and mostly this is the thing. This weapon is a crutch, and I am purposely trying to destroy it because it makes sense thematically.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see because the how we see who are the true power gamers are the people that are going to say, "Why are you destroying it?" Because they don't get the tale.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's pretty much the crux of like everything I've been very crappily spewing out in a poor order. That when it comes to any game, when is DMod happening? In 5.5 hours, like 17.5 hours from now.
Yeah, we should get to sleep.
Yeah, we
But yeah,
should.
what you were saying.
Yeah, they're where did we table in DMod? A fight, right? No, a riddle door. Yeah, they're still in the dungeon. They're going to be in the dungeon for a bit, doing various funsies. Like they're solving a riddle right now. But yeah, that's the crux of what I've been talking about. Depending on what the group wants to do, it really people don't need to make a power game character or this or that. So long as people are all within the realm of what they want to have, like a story can be told. Like it doesn't need to be like when Pat was talking about like his grapple isn't good enough and therefore he wants to stop making his character. It's like uh, you guys are doing high level stuff, so yeah, your grapple will be prone to fail against something that is high level and counters grapple. That doesn't mean this thing bad. You just have to play the story, and I understand that if you do make that your one thing, that it feels bad when it's countered, but like it isn't always countered. Pat could have just as easily have stayed in the fortress and grappled that guy, but he left, so I had Arnold do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In fact, Pat is so good at grappling, he's capable of grappling the fucking constructs that have like a 31 CMD, 33 actually against grappling. So like, yeah, he's super good at it.
Yeah, you can grapple him on like a 2 or a 3. He rolls one a lot, which
Yeah.
is
It's funny.
if it would be funnier if it wasn't so tragic.
But yeah, that's the thing, is I don't think players need to build their characters to be completely ridiculous to have fun in the game. Even in Dmod, you guys don't need your characters to be completely ridiculous. You went through a spot where the dungeon was being hard, but that was also very specifically in story-wise, these are smarter husks and they are capable of altering the dungeon to make life harder for you. You guys just kind of went through a hard part of the dungeon as if it was nothing. And now that you're in a part of the dungeon where they're instead trying to make it so that divine spells can't like break through the grace of like satin, that well, that's not an issue for you people. So this is just literally an easier dungeon right now because instead of having high AC and stuff, these monsters focus on having high DR and resistances, and you guys don't give a shit about that honestly because you figure out what thing they're not immune to and you just hurt them, you know. Or you have god swords, so you ignore their fucking funny DR thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys could be weaker in Dmod even, and you'd still be fine. But, you know, I get it. Also, I'm gonna throw, like, Chaozu at you, and that shit's gonna fucking destroy you people.
Don't please.
I mean, I say it's gonna destroy you people because of how you're built. I assume you guys aren't going to be able to handle it. But, like I said, when I was, trying to find an image for him, and I was like, I'd like to find a good image for him because he could very well be a recurring character. There's no guarantee. You guys just might do that thing where you somehow have a moment of like epic savantness where you completely stop him from functioning. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you guys do that where like I make this guy's gonna be an antagonist, and you guys fucking dunk on him for some reason. And then other times I make
Sometimes we did the
Manfred.
exact opposite.
Yeah, sometimes I make Manfred just some fucking, you know, worry war like scientist serial killer. Just some guy that's meant to be a bad person that's just meant to be like quickly solved as like a short mystery for your early game leveling stuff. And through a fucking series of you guys rolling awful, he escapes. And I go, fuck it, this guy needs to be a major villain now. You know what I mean?
Fuck it, we ball.
Yeah. So that's the thing, is like the party never needs to be optimal because the games we have are just what they are. You know, like I said, I will make the game accommodating for what the party is. The only problem it ever becomes an issue is when one person is really strong and everyone else isn't. And even then, I think that's not a bad thing if people are fine with it, but people tend to not be.
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing is, as I've said before, especially since we're in a big group, this is a worse problem. Because when you're in a smaller group, there is more. Normally, people can do one thing better than the others, no problem. But when there's 6 people, there's normally overlap on these areas, so you might feel less special.
Even then, like I know we've talked about it, but even then, I still don't see what's quite wrong with just the people that see the overlap just like battle buddy up. You know what I mean? Just like, yeah, we're the grapplers, and you don't really pay too much mind, or you talk to the other player and say, hey, let's try and even out on this. But I understand the overlap is usually like this guy does 50 damage and he grapples like 30, and the other guy grapples 50 and he damages like 20. So by comparison, they both feel bad about something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's for example, my character currently is being more of a tank because we need a frontliner because our frontliners is Pat that normally wants to attack their backline, and then there's Kieran, which he has very little health. He has a decent AC, he has very little health. So I'm playing like the health tank, like I'm large to block more people from going to those directions. I'm just trying to be that role. Now, even though I have an artifact as a weapon, my to hit is okay, and my damage it's alright for what I have because I am
Shut
not
up. You did like
specialized.
53 damage. I get what you're saying, but like for what the party's actually facing right now, like it's plenty good.
No. From what we're doing, plenty good. What I was saying is, I didn't get this weapon and ran to make myself like the best as using a great sword that ever was because I have a
Ah,
better weapon that'll ever ever is. For example, I took the number blades. I'm the number day blades. I still have the feat to give me two weapon fighting, even though I'm not using that right now.
yeah, I guess what it should be said is like you didn't wait until you got a fun tool and then built yourself around the fun tool to make yourself ridiculous. Because that could have been an issue with Pat, where if Pat wasn't grabbing every single grappling item, if I gave him a for funsies grappling thing, and then Pat went hard as fuck, that's a bigger issue than Pat just goes hard as fuck and then complains that he's not getting funny items. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because for example, if I started doing this and then I went, by the way, David, now that I have this, I'm going to use this one feat that I said that I wouldn't use for fairness sake on this class, and I'm
I
actually going to take 4 levels of to Weapon Master Fighter.
You could take sacred geometry on a fighter, and I would still say fuck you.
Yeah, no, specifically the feat I'm talking about is a feat that I said that I wouldn't use because everywhere I looked and they just said, if you want to break this class that you're using, just use this. I'm like, I, as a point of contention, am just not getting this, which is a feat that with basically impunity, allows me to take a 4 level dip in any other class and I'll be fine.
Like a weird monastic tradition kind of thing.
No, it's kind of the thing of do you know how like there's the thing for ranger animal companion and there's the thing for the like the it's the boon companion thing
Yeah, like
that
it
allows
treats
some.
it treats you as the like 4 of your other levels as levels for this original class, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does the same for my astral suit, which is the only part that actually matters
I
in
get
my
that
class.
monastic tradition wasn't the greatest example there. The point was more like half of your levels count as monk levels is the thing.
Yeah, and then the point is, if I took that, I could basically like put 4 levels into Slayer, or 4 levels into Fighter, or even 4 levels into Barbarian, and I would just be stronger overall.
Yeah,
But that is not the point. Besides me, I requested everyone to get a third party class because I thought of how cool it would be that his power just went inward. It
yeah.
was more of a narrative choice that didn't exist in Pathfinder already. So I went to a third party. I'm not trying to break it. The class itself is plenty strong for what it can do. It has a lot of versatility and on the defensive capabilities and even some of the attacking. Because, for example, I can technically work as a spellcaster, David. It just
Yeah.
I would be a spellcaster like Paladin is a spellcaster.
Hmm.
'Cause it just to work fully as a paladin that would be most of my points. There's even in a guide because I went to see a guide to see how the class actually functions. They outline that I can technically have a bunch of small spells that I can use my little point pool to actually use per day, and I wouldn't get much out of it. Currently, I'm just using it for some simple like combat spells. Now, one of the ones I don't use nearly as often, but it's very strong. It's called something like a lion's charge, where I do a charge attack and then I full attack. It's because I don't think it's very interesting. I think I mostly use it to make my gimmicky build work better.
Yeah, I can get what you mean. I mean, personally, I've never really found playing martials in Pathfinder too fun because a lot of it's just I'm going to go up and hit the thing, where it's like casters give you the opportunity to do things. I understand the, this is the ideal thing to do, but it's not fun to do.
Yeah, and which I do very often. The I like the armor being able to change because that actually allows me to do things I normally wouldn't be able to because the fighter is not very versatile. My favorite, well, I have not played basically none. Sorry.
Gesundheit.
I've only, thank you. I've only played in a one shot, but my favorite martial class in Pathfinder is the brawler, just because of its versatility.
Yeah, it's not too bad of a one. Although I've had people say they dislike brawler because the martial versatility is too complex for them to remember, and I bring that up just to say there are different types of players where hitting thing with stick is the epitome of fun to them. And not to try to belittle it, in case I came off as belittling. It's just me saying like different players have different venues, and in all of my games, I believe I have tried to play martial characters to not like fall into my I've got to play cast, but or I think I played Ernie in a game a few once when I was a player, where I tried just playing like more of a insane caster that wasn't like, oh, I'm not going to do the optimum spells, I'm going to do funny necromancy things. But the point stands is like I try not to min max when I make characters. When I do min max, people get upset with me, and I min maxed a character just because I was trying to point to someone like, look how fun this is when I literally cannot be touched by your monster. And so he actively on the fly made his monster stronger. Which, whatever. Yeah. It's just more of the point. It's like, this is what it's like when you do this. You understand now, right? But that's like I'm basically saying I'm a bad player because every time I've had an opportunity, I've liked to like make a person that's the problem way that a certain player acts. But I mean, for you, Joe, I think I made real characters. It's just that the groups were never good.
I mean, yeah, I think the only thing you didn't end up playing on that one. I think the only thing is the first time I actually tried to GM for you, you literally went at me with this, like, so I'm going to play a Slayer, right? And I'm going to have the skill where I'll know the hit points of every person I fucking meet, and you won't be able to hide anything from me. And I'm like, you're coming way too fast at me with this.
Sorry, I just really like that ability. It's a
thematic
ability. To look at somebody and then just see they have 50 hit points and you go, you're not a little old lady. Maybe she's a fucking monk or something, But like it gives you opportunity to make up stuff. But I understand as a GM, you go, I gotta give every fucking thing hit points or something. I get that's annoying.
Me when you kill the mayor. No, but I get what you're saying, but like as the first time GMing a system as complex as Pathfinder, being hit with that, it's like, okay, my brain just shut down. What the fuck?
I don't think I ever made it though. I just showed you that I could.
No, that was the character that you were going to play. That was the character that you said that you were going to play. It didn't end up going anywhere because you couldn't make it. And on the sessions after, basically, they played with me. They played one session with me. I just did a simple dungeon before the story because you couldn't make it that week. And people were just like, yeah, that was fun, but let's do something else. Like, let's do Hero System next week. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that reminds me. I should work on the Hero System. A lot of it's just busy work right now. I mean, I come up with some fun ideas now and then and put things into practice, but for the most part, like I've got to make the fucking meat of the system. Like I need to write out every condition and say what it does before I can go to every like buff and debuff feat and write out condition bonuses. I have to actually make them,
Fair enough. Well, if you need help, just holler.
Like I've said, it'd be nice if we had a game day where you guys just talk to me and you actually help me like write up things for like 4 hours or something, but people don't do that.
I mean, it's also the point that I'll say this. Uh, basically, even if it is work, I spend that time with you. Although there would be work days that I have,
Yeah, I get you. Well, it's like
I
when I
can
say
still
like
do
it
it,
wouldn't
but
just
just not
be
4 hours.
like it wouldn't be pure like hero system work for all of you guys. It'd be like we jump on like Terraria or something, and I constantly am hitting people with distractions. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Well, I'll just message you during the week sometimes, and we can do that for a while.
Oh, we got Peak to play, but yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
We've taken this after game chat into quite the overtime. So anything you want to add before I end the stream, Joe?
I'm gonna die.
Well, hope you resurrect in the next 17 hours. And to answer that very last thing chat said a while ago that I've read you, chat, I just didn't have an opportunity to mention it. Yeah, people hate playing support characters. Just look at like any fucking team-based game. People refuse to play supports. They only want to play DPS. There.
Okay. Hurtful.
He says people hate playing support characters. Yeah, man, just look at modern gaming.
No, I know. I'm saying because I'm normally like a support main or shit like that. I'm like hurtful. I'm not a person, I guess.
You're better than people. You're an individual. Oh.
Oh my god, nobody's ever told me that.
Well, you can tell it to yourself because you have the right to say your own words. Alright, yeah, that's stupid. Alright, also, I've been clearly awake for far too long, so, good night, Joe?
Good night. See ya.
Alright, until next time, chat.